Midnight music. Midnight music.
Like the SNES, the SNES, and the 64 games. So it's like I can play Mario 64 on my Switch. Yeah, like they have a lot of shit too, like stuff I'm never gonna touch. But like Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, stuff like the first Super Mario World, like for the 64. Like it's pretty legit. All the old games they give you, some of them don't work too well. But as it's like, dude, for $50 for the year, that's 100% worth it. At least if I buy more games, it's just place.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah. Where the fuck am I looking? Okay, Logitech Capture. So yeah, Switch. I highly recommend.
Welcome everybody to our Meat Slavic Majesty pre-show. K Murphy should be here at some point. Fingers crossed.
That is what they said.
Hopefully, they will be showing up. Who knows? Or else we might need to do a third guest host. Now, I haven't watched the finale because apparently I forgot Book of Boba Fett was only 6 episodes. But did you watch episode 2 of The Mandalorian season 3?
Oh, it was fucking amazing. That was a joke I made too. Yeah, it was great. I also have not watched the finale.
I'll watch it this weekend probably.
I'm probably going to do it when we get off the podcast, to be honest.
I have relationship obligations that I have to watch it with somebody.
Fair enough. Yeah, me and Jazz were supposed to do that with Euphoria, but like I'm at her place this weekend, last weekend, and I was like, "Oh, that's because you're watching Euphoria." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, we can continue where we left off." She's like, "I finished it," and I was like, "You bitch! We were supposed to do that shit together." So I made her rewatch. Great show.
It's blown up everywhere.
Dude, what it is? It's like if Zendaya wasn't in
is it because of Zendaya?
I mean, she's amazing. She's not why I love the show. She eventually plays MJ from No Way Home, just as she's just a drug addict. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Other than that, like Rue is like the exact same character as MJ. So, Zendaya might be a tad typecast. At least I hope not. Oh, she was in. She got famous with Disney, right?
What, Zendaya? I honestly do not know.
I forget, but yeah, she's a star, dude. She's a star.
I'm also scared as with you as that Zendaya might get typecast. But again, like, I would also like to see her show range, because I mean, I get she's deadpan funny, and that's cool and all. But like, do you have anything else? That's really what I want to know.
Although, dude, she's in the Marvel. Honestly, she could just make a career off of Marvel. Well, I would say she needs to expand if she cares more about Marvel.
Yeah,
money. That's a critique I would give her, to avoid being typecast. Yeah. But what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, because you see a lot of the other Marvel actors and actresses have gone on to do other products, and they were damn good in it, which just makes Marvel look better.
No, of course. No, Marvel. The best part about Marvel is that they're not afraid to go for like those A-list actors.
Or they're not afraid to go for people that you haven't heard about that they feel like, you know, we feel like this person's really good. They've just never had a chance.
Like I know it technically wasn't Marvel, but the Vulture,
the
first Spider-Man. What's his?
Michael Keaton.
I forget the actor's name. Michael Keaton. Oh, great choice. Great casting. I thought he was a great Vulture. That dude's won Oscars.
Or a guy like no one's heard of, like Simu Liu, who played Shang-Chi. Like he was a stunt guy.
Yeah,
stunt guy and like a legit like martial artist. And like, you would be good at this. He's like, what? And he was like, yeah, just do it. And he's like, oh, okay. Apparently his training was wild for that movie.
Yeah, dude. Dude, this was... Okay, here's the thing about that movie. I haven't seen it. But when someone's like, this movie's incredible, I'm like, yeah, dude, like, first off, it's made by all Asian people doing an Asian movie, and they know this is their chance to knock it out of the fucking park. They're not going to fuck it up. What are you, crazy? Of course it's good. It's their time to shine.
Their fight scenes were, oh my god.
Yeah, no shock and no martial arts. God. I mean, if you want a whole Asian cast doing an Asian movie, they picked the right one.
Yeah, no, and like they have like apparently legit from like Asian film. Like I forgot who the guy is that plays the man. Apparently he's like an actual like Asian film legend. You know, it's speaking of I guess Asia, if you can consider it Asia. I follow this Instagram called like Marvel Facts, and it's a bunch of random stuff about the people who play in the MCU. So did you know that Robert Downey Jr. is like banned from Japan? According to this, he's banned from Japan forever because of his erratic behavior when he was a drug addict back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And so when Iron Man debuted, they allowed him to show up for the Iron Man debut in Japan on the premise that he can never come back to Japan after that.
Wow. It's like, this is a one-time deal, and don't you fucking forget it.
Oh my god. Oh, so that is wild. Hello, KOTR, our Patreon member. Oh, we got 4 people showing up. That's great. What else was I gonna say? Oh, so I finished my rookie season in MLB The Show on the Yankees. Yeah, rookie of the year.
Oh, yeah?
I think I batted 258, 34 home runs, 82 RBIs. I don't remember because it's dynamic. So the better you get, the harder it plays.
Right, that's a great.
But if they see that you're like really horrible, they're like, all right, let's tone it down a little bit. Yeah.
Right. No, it matches your skill level. I think that's incredible.
It's like the only sports game I know that does it, and they nail it.
It's like, yeah, dude, it's like your difficulty settings is an algorithm. Honestly, dude, that works for me. It's very personalized.
So here's my gripe. So we actually lead the team through the playoffs as like the best hitter to the World Series. I'm the ALCS MVP. We end up losing to the Braves 4-1. Whatever.
Oh, damn, you got spent.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Ouch.
That team was dirty. They were just hitting everything out of the park. Or whatever. So then it's up to contract negotiations. So now I have all this clout. I'm Rookie of the Year. I'm the ALCS MVP for the fucking Yankees. They offered me 1 year, $875,000.
That's adorable. That's
are you fucking kidding me?
Adorable. So this is after your rookie year?
Yeah,
Did you win Rookie of the Year? That's fucking adorable. Alright, I like their difficulty settings. Their budgeting system needs some work.
I was like...
This is 21, right? I can't wait for
Did you see the
out.
trailer?
Comes up to Switch. I'm very excited. I didn't see a trailer, but I know Otani's on the cover. I'm buying that deluxe edition.
The gameplay trailer just came out today. You should watch it like right now. It's only like a minute. They reveal a
up.
couple of the new legends in the game. Because you know how they like slowly will leak legends as years go by? There's an Easter egg at the end too, by the way.
Oh, first look. It's from MLB.
It's the show.
Okay.
The soundtrack's amazing, by the way.
Gameplay trailer.
Captured on Next Gen.
It looks very pretty.
Wait till you get to the slow-mo.
I love how they have to make all the stadiums packed. Like, dude, it's never this busy.
It's not always that way in the game, though. Wait for the Easter egg.
Who is this
Sneak
on the soundtrack? Interesting. Oh, I can pre-order it? It's available in April?
Wait for it.
I was gonna say, is that Randy Johnson? I guess this is a tall motherfucker. It has to be Randy Johnson.
You know what's...
But on the Diamondbacks? I hate Randy Johnson on the Diamondbacks. I love him as a Yankee. I hate him on the Diamondbacks.
I noticed it was Randy, like, instantaneously. Because you know what? Randy's, like, the only person that wore, like, the skinniest of pants and tucked them in his shoes.
Yeah. No, it's funny, because when I saw him, too, I was like, it has to be.
So, and we're eyeing Ryan Howard, as you saw as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, good news Ryan Howard, not bad news Ryan Howard.
I talked to another baseball guy from Japan on my podcast this week. It's getting aired in March, but he's like a sports writer for one of the teams over there for like I guess a monthly column. Did you know that Japanese baseball, their teams aren't named after the city, so it's not like the New York. It's not the New York Yankees; they're named after corporations.
Oh.
So it would be like the Staples Red
Sox.
That
or like the Ford Mets or something like that. Oh, isn't that giving corporations too much power?
So it's like no, they just own the team. That's all it is. They just own the team, and they're named after
the corporation that owns them.
The corporation that owns like the rights to them. It's like how we name arenas. It's just like that. I was like, that is
wild. But then the company could sell the rights to the team to somebody else.
That's what I was like. How often do the names change? Because what if the company goes out of business and the owner's just like, all right, I've had enough of this. He said it doesn't happen often. It's probably a cultural thing more than anything.
Yeah, because in America that show would go flying.
The America show would just pass around like fucking. God knows, like Drew Barrymore doing lines, all right?
Oh my God, like every sports game would be just like different teams.
Yeah.
It'd be so
annoying. I don't want to root for the Pfizer Yankees. I don't want to root for the Yankees brought to you by Pfizer.
The Microsoft Seahawks Yankees. Or whatever.
Right? The Seahawks brought to you by Microsoft. And instead of numbers, they have two Bill Gateses on the back. Like Bill and Melinda.
They run all their plays through Xbox controllers.
Right? So they call the bullpen 360 headset.
Oh my God. See, before we went into this tangent, they offered me a crap deal on MLB The Show. Because I was like, no, let's counter this. I want 5 years, $45 million, because that's reasonable to me.
Yeah, that sounds for a rookie. That sounds very fair. 45 total, 45 a year. That's a great deal.
5 years, 45. I won Rookie of the Year. I was the ALCS MVP. I think I deserve this contract. They were like, no, too excessive.
Too excessive? Yeah, that'll really make some work.
It's a lot of work. I was like, don't lowball me on this bullshit.
So did you just
no? I was like, all right, I see how you guys are lowballing me. So I was like, 3 years, $2.5 million. They're like, no, 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, 25, 75 or something like that. I was like, all right, extra 75 grand, fuck it, I'll take it for 3 years.
What does money do?
Nothing.
In that
It's just
game?
part of it. It's just part of Road to the Show.
All right, so like your salary just makes
not
no
really,
difference.
but I was like, come on, like you're gonna lowball me for under $1 mil, sorry.
Dude, what I would do, I'd be like, remember how like MVP baseball had like the skill points to unlock shit? Just use your career money to unlock shit. Like you can unlock like Babe Ruth, and you can use them like on the Yankees. He becomes a free agent, like my player or whatever. It's like my dynasty. Like you just use actual current. Like you gotta be like be able to use the money from like my career to do something.
It's because of what they do in MLB
or buy stats
in MLB.
Or
so you I forgot what it's called. So there's different tiers of like almost player archetypes. And then so you go from like bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Diamond being the highest, obviously. So like I just gotta. And so under the archetypes, you have different little skill sets. So when I'm a hitter, because I'm a switch position player, because I'm right field and then I'm also a pitcher. So for my hitter, I have like a gold main archetype, but under my skills are all diamond, which gives you like an 88 overall. And for my pitcher, I'm like a silver with diamond skills. I'm still waiting for like a Gobin, but you get them all through like the card packs. So it's all like kind of luck of a draw. But like the more you play, the more possibilities you get. Like you're always gaining skill points for something.
That's interesting.
What's going on, Mr. YLP? Raise your hand if you thought Ronda. That's the first thing that we're talking about this week. You said raise your hand if you thought Ronda was cheesing back in. I was like, I was totally so.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, guilty. Totally guilty. I was like, this is different, but we'll talk about that when the show starts. Got the show. Yeah, no, the more I see MLB Show 22, the more I want to get it, but I'm going to wait till it comes out on Game Pass, which is going to be day one.
Dude, I know it's not going to be that. It was Game Pass was free on Game Pass last year.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you have Game Pass, yes, it's free. Yeah.
If you have Game Pass, yeah. I know that 22 isn't going to be that great on the Switch because it's not that kind of game for that kind of console. I don't care. It's the only way I can play it. It's not going to be on PC. I'm not buying a PS5.
I don't know if you can even find the PS5 anywhere right now.
Right. Well, I wonder if is MLB The Show only available on Xbox Game Pass, or do you have Game Pass? Because you have Game Pass on your computer.
I don't know if it's a Game Pass Ultimate. I'd have to check. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Like I don't know if Game Pass has like exclusive.
So there are, depending on
Xbox.
There are Game Pass games that you can only access on Xbox, and there's Game Pass games you can only access on PC.
Gotcha, copy.
But depending on your subscription service, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you can access both of them. So if I just had another.
Oh,
if I had a lower tier Game Pass, I can, there's a Game Pass option where I can only do Game Pass on my actual Xbox. And you wouldn't get the PC.
How much is the Ultimate?
I just paid them too today, or the other day. Let me look this up before we get started. We got 4 minutes, wherever the hell K is.
My guess, a month. How much is regular Game Pass? Like $10 a month?
It's like $10 because they Okay, here we go. So if you want to do straight PC or just straight console, it's $9.99 a month.
Okay, solid
PC
deal.
Also includes EA Play.
Yeah, fuck EA.
Okay. And your first month on PC is for $1, then $9.99 a month. Console straight $9.99 a month. If you do Ultimate, you get.
Ricky K says you just got to add.
Oh, really?
They've been waiting.
Oh, okay. Nothing came up on like any of my. messaging earlier, but I will add K right now. For Ultimate, you get the PC, the console, EA Play, and Xbox Live Gold for $14.99 a month. So for me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's again, it's a great service. But
and it's only going to get better.
Shit. Dude, I started playing The Sims last week, all right? Like, it's like, I opened Steam, it's like, hey, The Sims 4 is free this weekend. I'm like,
motherfucker,
okay.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's like, dude, I've been thinking about buying a Sims game for the past few weeks, too.
Really?
And just, all right, Steam's sending me a sign. And it was like, oh, it's free, or you can buy it for $4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I bought like that and like one of the bundle. I bought one of the bundles. It was like $7 for like that and the DLC. And I was just like one of the 50 DLCs I have. It's like, all right, I got into Sims 4. It's a lot of fun.
Why does
Sims
K
4 is
have
great.
two different things? Whatever. I'm adding both of them. I haven't played The Sims in so long. That's such a nothing game, but it's so good.
Dude, it's so hard to stop playing because it's too much fun being done.
Oh, there's K.
Why does K have two different ones? Oh, there's K. K's ready.
Well, maybe you should have messaged us. Did we lose K? There you are.
I've been here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Kay.
And I am not alone, as you can see.
You got tortellini?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you know, by the way, Sunday is National Tortellini Day?
Oh,
I thought it was Super Bowl Sunday.
It is also Super Bowl Sunday, but it's also National Tortellini Day.
Like the pasta tortellini?
So not only...
Thank God.
Yes, so we will be... I have a tortellini dish I'm going to make on Sunday, and we're going to be honoring this little man.
All right.
It's like
I just got my last tax documents, which means I can file my taxes.
Oh, my God. I need to get those.
Yeah, I have to file soon.
Dude, I want that. Wait, I don't want that money ASAP.
I feel you.
No, I'm not waiting till April. Fuck
No,
all
my
that
God,
noise. How much money we're gonna get back? It's gonna be absurd.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna file as soon as possible. I just gotta wait for my previous employer. If I don't get it by the end of this week, I'm gonna call and be like, "Hey, where the fuck is my W-2?"
Yeah, I got mine from work, and I got mine from unemployment from last year, so I just have to file.
Hey, Fretz is here. Hey, Fretzy.
Hi, Mr. Fretz.
All right.
Also,
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
Are we ready to go? All right. So we're gonna be. Look at that. We're all ready to go. Frank is ready to go. I'm ready to go. Will, do you have the music queued up?
Give me
Okay,
2 seconds.
cool. We'll wait for it. We'll do a live count. We'll switch right over. We won't even do like a starting soon. We will do a live switch up right now.
In that case, let me start recording. I gotta start recording these pre and post shows, and we gotta do something with them.
We do have a lot of fun on them. You know what I noticed
pre- and
now? So you know how on Twitch you can create your own clips? Apparently they just added that feature on YouTube too. So like other people can clip your show and you can also clip the show.
I did know that on YouTube. It's like, oh, people
You
can
can
just cut my
clip the
shit
show
up for
and
me.
then also you
Wow.
can create different chapters.
Yeah, I know
Which-
chapters.
That's a lot.
I don't know if I
I'm
want other
so
people.
sorry, Small.
I don't know if I want other people clipping my shit out of context.
Man, I'm very sorry.
People are gonna
I'm very,
cancel
very
me way
sorry.
too quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? You are fine.
Okay. Has Frank been rehabilitated?
Yes. Well, it's now I'm hot, so I don't want to wear a sweater. I'm literally like in like workout clothes right now.
Fair.
Not really. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2.
There we go. I can hear your music, Will. I cannot hear your
What?
music.
You can't hear
Right.
it. Well, go.
I
Fair
can't
enough.
either.
All right, fuck it. Let's do this. Coming up this week on Kings of the Ring podcast, Ronda finally chooses her WrestleMania opponent, and she does it with a little bit of flair. Plus, re-preview NXT Vengeance Day, MJF and CM Punk duke it out, and there's no one on the mic quite like The Miz. So make sure you blow out all the smoke after standing in pyro for 30 seconds, because it's Kings of the Rings podcast exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
That's weird. I got it routed correctly.
Did you hit W for Wumbo?
I did hit W for Wumbo.
Okay, are you sure you're not set to M for Mini?
I am so lost.
Right,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 282, Vengeance with Flair. Will's Mixer has decided to blow itself out with a little bit of vengeance, and so we have had a rocky start to this show. Anyway, folks, I am King Ricky Rose, your host, along with Willie T, and returning the K-Murphy. K-Murphy, are you fully recovered?
No, but here
close,
I am.
Close, but no cigar.
I am at the tail end of my misery.
Good. That's good. I mean, you got.
Yeah, I'm about to be really fucked up, and I'm drinking coffee, so like it's gonna be chaotic
I expect
today.
a lot of chaos, especially with everything that happened on SmackDown. You just had to let us know right when it was going on. But before we get to all of that, Willie T, how are you? Brand new owner of the Switch.
I'm great, man. Brand new owner of a Switch.
You got it?
Yeah, I did get it. It came yesterday. It's a load of fun. Animal Crossing is pretty fun, really addicting.
I told
you.
Who do you have on your island?
I don't know. I don't know their names. I just picked the peaches. But it's me. It's me.
I
it's
have
really
a peach island too.
T's and Thomas. ARA. SHUK.
Yeah, let's talk wrestling. It's going to be commercial-free edition because that seems to be the theme this week in wrestling. So no breaks, straight through, one shot, one take. That's all we really need. So let's kick things off with the biggest decision in wrestling that was happening this past week, whether Ronda was going to choose Charlotte or Becky. Now, everybody in the world was like, Becky. Duh. Like, it makes sense. They kind of have this pass, and we have seen Ronda and Charlotte at a premium live event before. It actually went off pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good match. You know, Charlotte DQ'd her way out of it, but still pretty good match. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, with kind of no pomp or circumstance, with no real lead up to it, Ronda chooses Charlotte, and it's probably all of us on this panel are thinking we're all kind of dumbfounded by this.
Disappointed, for sure.
Upset.
Yeah, I really thought the natural story was Becky and Ronda. I still think the natural story is Becky and Ronda, but there's also something that makes me believe that we're getting a 35 rematch. Mm-hmm.
Of all three of them? No!
I don't think it's necessary either, but I think it might happen.
No! I don't want that again.
Well, okay. Picture this, though. Because picture this. Give me a second here. They're billing this as the most stupendous WrestleMania
and if you listen to Pat
of all
McAfee,
time.
You know the definition of stupendous.
Yeah, it's that whole segment, that whole thing where he was like, "That's a thesaurus, guys. I know what a dictionary." Like, but you know, if you're gonna sell this, I wouldn't mind seeing a triple threat in the unify the women's belts, and then the next night the unify the men's belts, double unification on WrestleManias. I mean, it's not gonna happen. Don't get me wrong. But I think that would be a crazy WrestleMania. Night 1, unify the women. Night 2, unify the men.
That would. And I think unification would be very interesting if you didn't have two television companies to satisfy.
Yeah. But you could arguably, Rick, you could satisfy them both.
How? If your champions are big enough to be on both shows?
Yeah, your champion, like Roman Reigns could be on both shows, and you can work with different people on both shows. Because instead of splitting your talent around amongst two, you're focusing on one. Like, I don't know. I think it's just easier with them all in one place because you can just mix and match.
I think logistics-wise, it's probably a lot harder to do because of their travel schedules, and things like that. But also, what do you do?
That's true. They have to get on the same.
Yeah, but then what do you do when the champion's in a feud with somebody else? It kind of takes away from the other show. That's my.
I mean, but everyone's on one show though. I mean, that's like it's SmackDown and Raw, but the same talent is back and forth.
Okay, I know. Okay, I was under the premise that the champions would travel and the rosters would still be split. Which is also a possibility.
Why would the champions travel? But
which is also a possibility they theoretically do with the women's
That would be
tag.
interesting. If it was, I guess, no, it's just one giant roster. I think one giant roster at this point makes sense. I don't think you need a brand split right now. I don't think the brand split really helps.
I like the brand split.
I mean, they have. I don't. I've been sick of the brand split for so long.
The issue with the brand split, it's not
because
different.
They do these stupid. They there's no distinction between the two shows besides the colors red and blue, and now the networks they're on. Plus, it's like they have all these bullshit rules that puts people on different shows anyway, like that fucking quarterly invitational nonsense where everybody can go to the other show 4 times a year or something.
I like that idea, though. It spices things up from time to time.
No, because there's no consistency. I completely agree with K. Murphy. There's no consistency to it. They just do it when they need to book something.
It usually happens around the Big Four. That's the consistency.
And it's usually like mid cards, like fucking Baron Corbin. It's like, oh, Baron Corbin's on
Baron Corbin has not
Raw
been around
again.
for years. It is Happy Corbin. Get it straight.
I'm sorry, Happy Corbin.
Even worse. Actually, I think Sad Corbin went over to Raw. All right, that's even worse.
All right, if anybody needs to travel, I would accept Sad Corbin on Raw, Happy Corbin on SmackDown. Total duality of personalities.
That would be fine if it was like the same wrestler with multiple characters. I would be fine with them on different shows. Like
that would be wild. They was like, you know what? Fuck it. WWE's a multiverse. Fucking get over it.
Like, I would like even like fucking if you AEW put. Or imagine even on AEW, you fucking put Dustin on Dynamite and Goldust on Rampage. Like
that would be funny. but not even like androgynistic Goldust from like the 90s and the early 2000s. I want like spazzed out Goldust when he was with Booker T.
Dude, I want blue dust. I want blue dust. I want to be blue dust. Blue dust dick. Just make fun of Goldust.
I'm like probably like I've been bitching about this for 5 years. I still need to know who the fuck his protege was going to be at SummerSlam 2017.
That was such a letdown.
I need to know. It's like it's gonna kill me for the rest of my life.
I was really hoping for his protege too. It's at the time it should have probably been the Velveteen Dream, because that would have made all the fucking sense in the world.
I think I predicted Asuka back then because
that would have been really weird.
She needed a mouthpiece.
Yeah, but the with the Goldust protege thing, I don't know. I don't know if it would have lasted too long.
Well, it didn't last at all.
It didn't even happen.
What does it matter?
The one way to fix the brand split is what they were doing when what they did so well when Fox first took SmackDown is that, one, you have to change the aesthetics of the brands. Like, they have to look different. You say what you want about NXT, but NXT looks different than Raw and SmackDown. It's not just a change in the colors, it's styles and the way that you even shoot and produce the show. It's also what they did in the original, when the brand split first started, with Shane and Debra, helming SmackDown and calling it the land of opportunity. It had kind of a different feel than Raw, but now since it's under like the same direction and creative process, it kind of starts to blend into all of the same thing. I do think it's still better to do the brand split because of the two different companies, number one, and they still have a plethora of talent. You just got to figure out what you do with the talent on each show. Be it as a man. Let's get back to things at hand. Not only did we get Ronda choosing Charlotte for WrestleMania, we had the return of the Heyman love for Roman Reigns, as he pretty much said fuck Brock.
So good. So good. His stupid beard and his bow tie or whatever.
Yeah.
His cowboy hat. It's great. And it's like, you're
he's
that
so
vibe,
is back
you?
in there. And honestly, I really don't know if we're going to see Paul and Brock again. The ship might have sailed, which, fine, go right ahead. You have this moment, Roman's eating it up, and then my phone started blowing up out of nowhere because all of a sudden the pyro started going off. You heard the drums, and there comes, for some reason, still in really great shape, Goldberg walking to the ring. It's gonna be a Saudi trope at this point. Whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's only for Saudi Arabia. Like, dude, it's almost just like, dude, you're kind of burying Goldberg like real quick, like on the way out. It's
that money's still good.
No chance.
Apparently.
I know, but it's just like, dude, it's just crazy that Goldberg is sold out this hard. He's just like, listen, I don't even give a fuck to get squashed. I'm going halfway around the world to make a shit ton of money.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him either, dude. The guy's in his 50s, like, whatever. But it's so random. So I'm not even mad at it. It's just so random.
I'm so excited. Like, I get Daddy versus Billiam. Like, ugh. I have not looked forward to a match since CM Punk's return. I think 2022 is going to be my next year of wrestling.
This was the match that we were supposed to get at WrestleMania 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And now so I'm fine with them. It's not a throwaway, but essentially it's a throwaway pay-per-view for the sake of getting this over with. Like,
yeah. And I don't think the pay-per-view.
No,
is
it's not.
I like the
it's not a throwaway.
Like it's early.
I wish it wasn't in Saudi.
The match in this story and this whole feud is a throwaway, which is just weird.
I disagree. Absolutely not. This is the most compelling story we've had in so long.
Stop it. Stop it.
You stop your nonsense right now.
I will not stop my nonsense. I made Jinder Mahal the champion for 6 months. I wish this. I wish more Goldberg and Roman Reigns upon the IWC.
I'm on the Jinder train too.
I hope
Goldberg's not winning. Goldberg's not winning.
I know he's not, but if he does, I need Mance to come out of retirement for a day. I left Mance a voice memo this morning when I watched SmackDown when Goldberg's music hit. I'm like, do you hear it? And I just kept going,
so wait, let me get this straight. Mance has a hard life as it is, and you decided to rewatch SmackDown for the sake of deliberately recording when Goldberg comes out to put it on his voicemail. To start chanting Goldberg on his voicemail.
That's not why I watched SmackDown. I didn't watch SmackDown live. I found out about Goldberg because someone else texted me being like, your boy is here. And then I blew up everyone else's phone. I was watching Drag Race. It's Fridays.
I feel like you and Big E, Kay would have a great time because Big E's favorite wrestler growing up was Goldberg. Have you ever listened to that monologue that Big E says about Goldberg, about like his dream opponent being Goldberg?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched the clip, but I've heard of it. Apparently he fucking loves Goldberg.
It's fucking amazing. It is. That's where he says the line of two big meaty men slapping meat. It's.
Well, this is going to be meat slapping majesty.
It is the premise of meat slapping majesty. I'll have to find it for you during the post show and just send it to you because it's fucking hysterical. Like he just goes off, and it's amazing. So yeah, what's up?
Also, I was asked today if Goldberg is one of my daddies, and that's why I like him so much.
No.
And no, he's not a daddy.
He is a grampy.
I explained to them that the sole purpose of me enjoying Goldberg is mostly to annoy Mance, honestly, and the world, but mostly Mance. So I'm very excited. My two wrestling personalities are comprised in this match. Daddy K and then Troll K. So once again,
that's very true. I do like. I like the fact that Goldberg is pretty much like a seasonal talent now these days. Goldberg's a new Brock without the pomp and circumstance.
For real though.
Goldberg's the Brock that we hated for so long. And now Brock's showing up all the time, and now Goldberg's literally just showing up once a year. He's almost like a groundhog.
Dude, I think Goldberg's lost a lot of magic. I mean, I loved his last match with Bobby Lashley in Saudi Arabia.
Was that Saudi or was that
That was in Saudi Arabia. The last man standing match,
whatever
it was in Saudi Arabia.
He speared Bobby off the stage.
Yeah, and it was...
Oh, yeah, that was so much fun.
It was probably the best match in Goldberg's career. It's funny how I go from that high of high to saying Goldberg on screen. It's like, I just don't want to see you anymore. I don't. Your magic's gone, dude. He's lost his mojo.
I don't know.
Man.
I mean, he had a great feud with Bobby. I also still think it's the funniest shit in the world that Bobby put his son in the Hurt Lock. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Yeah.
But I'll watch the clip over and over again, and it just makes me start crying laughing. Man, it says a lot about me. Anywho, Goldberg, Roman, Elimination Chamber. We'll talk about it a lot more on next week's show. Maybe. We'll see. Because next week's show might be a big day. Anywho, moving on to the match we have all been waiting for on AEW. MJF in Yankee pinstripes, by the way.
Yeah, that was great.
CM Punk. And I will say this. I love the MJF creativity, and I thought the original ending should have stuck. And then they redid it. But then again, I also like the creativity in the second actual finale to the match.
The second one was way better, in my opinion. It was so much more clever.
I thought the first one was clever.
I didn't see it coming.
I've never seen that before where he's choking somebody out and he hides it under a sleeve. I had never seen that before. I was like, that's really creative.
The first one is really creative as well. Don't get me wrong. I think it's incredibly creative. But to have the reference like overturns decision like that, I didn't like it either.
I want to be final.
I would have been bummed. I would have been bummed if that was the end. I would have left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Whereas they restarted it. And this match went 45 minutes.
It was pretty much the whole last hour, right?
I don't know if Punk has ever done a 45-minute match in WWE.
I don't think so.
He never did an Iron Man, right?
No.
Not that I remember, no. I loved seeing CM Punk in a 45-minute match.
This is great. This match was incredible.
This is my match of the week.
This is my match of the year so far, by far.
Well, match of the year, too,
You know what's good about this match?
Even though it's only February.
And the storytelling. Because, like, if you look at this match, it's from a move perspective, it's not, like, the craziest thing you're ever going to see, but you're invested in the story more so in the moveset. And this is the best story going on in AEW right now. And they knocked out the park.
Oh, my God. I can't wait for y'all to watch. I'm watching Dynamite, as always. MJF opened the show, came out on a fucking king's throne, and was like carried out.
He's pulling a Corbin.
That's incredible.
He's pulling a Corbin.
Incredible.
Yeah. He's
You know why
amazing.
I would have liked the original finish? Because I don't like... maybe because I watch too much WWE, but I always feel like there's a finish that happens, and then they're like, oh, whoa, not so fast, play. This turns into a tag match, or something wild like that.
Could you imagine this turns into a tag match? Could you imagine like Wardlow and like someone else comes out and it's like, okay, this match is now a tag team match. What?
Who would it Punk's partner?
It's definitely not Colt Cabana.
I don't know.
Yeah, or Eddie. Maybe Eddie.
I don't know anybody.
Literally, could you fucking imagine?
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah, no, but like, it would have been Cody. It would have been Cody Rhodes.
Send Hook.
You know what it was? Because I like the idea of a controversial finish, which means the story's continuing anyways. Because MJF cheated.
Dude, MJF has amazing finishes. All of his matches have.
But Darby finish is my favorite one, where he called how he was going to win.
Yeah. Jungle Boy, also great finish. Sammy Guevara was a good finish. Like, MJF has these clever ways of cheating to win that we haven't seen or thought of before. Like, it's really well done what they're doing with him.
I wonder who's booking his matches, or if he has an integral hand in it. Yeah.
Who his agent is? I don't know, but, Punk chose to go over.
He should take the pain in Chicago.
Yeah.
This is good booking.
Yeah. Like, apparently... Punk said in an interview like he always wanted to put over a major heel in Chicago, and he just never got the chance to do it in WWE.
Punk should have, done the job in Chicago, which is the right thing to do. It gets MJF over, and that's why I love the controversial finish. Like, you imagine the heat if MJF choked out Punk, and that's the finish. He helped.
It would have been great if he actually
choked him out on TV.
It's just like actually like for real choked him out.
Oh my god, Punk's gonna be in a tag team match tonight.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine like Punk's trying to tell the rep the whole time? No, I'm really choking. Like he's really choking me. And the rep's like, whoa, come on, you got something.
His hand actually is like, rep's like, oh, fuck.
They're doing FTR versus Punk and a mystery tag opponent. So literally what we just talked about.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I keep thinking it's
well, the 90-day clause is up.
Are we talking about that? Are we guessing the opponent today?
Who else?
No?
Within those people that they cut in November?
Karrion
Scarlett, Mia, I believe.
If Karrion Kross is fucking CM Punk's partner, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown.
Well, Keith Lee just got
married. Him and Mia Yim just got married like this weekend.
That doesn't mean anything.
I get it,
I feel like a lot of couples don't go on the honeymoon right away anymore.
But I'm just getting married. The last thing I'm thinking about is wrestling. Yeah.
Is work. Yeah, I'm thinking of that puss. All right, that's what's happening. You're going away. They're going away for like a week in like Maui or something.
Yeah, their wedding pictures look really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, people I knew from NYWC like went, so I saw like on fucking Facebook, like.
Can you imagine if I showed up as like a Keith Lee impersonator with like the same suit? Because like I have a blue suit.
Oh my god! I wish you officiated their wedding.
That would have been really funny.
That would have been really funny.
But you should have dressed up as Spider-Man.
We did the points. Oh.
That was one of the best things I've ever seen.
I still have that photo.
I'm so glad I was there for that.
Oh yeah, I had to do it for Philium. Shout out to Philium if he's still around. Because I had to do it for Philium. He's like, gotta do a Spider-Man pose. But people ask me, yeah, MJF. I'm really excited to see what to do here, but also really excited. How do you top this? Like, where do you go from here with MJF and Punk?
First blood match.
Okay, I like it.
Steel cage.
We haven't seen that in a long time.
You're not going to do it on WWE. Yeah.
Absolutely not. I honestly think a first blood match, as long as it's on pay-per-view, because network TV would be like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Revolution is
0% chance.
When is Revolution?
Revolution is very soon. I think March 6th. Let me double check.
Something like that.
I think First Blood would be perfect.
I don't think they're gonna do it, but like this is literally a blood feud.
March 6th.
It's March 3rd.
I think a first blood match would be outstanding. Yeah.
I think it would too. I think it's a perfect call. There's no other stipulation. I think it's better.
I'm buying it if it's a first blood match. Hands down, I'm buying that pay-per-view.
There's gonna be some crazy shit.
I'm buying no matter what.
Also on AEW, the possibility of this also came up as well. Daniel Bryan approached Jon Moxley, and it obviously is not a real photo from the show. But it's the best one. It's the best one I can find. So I'll have to heal Moxley for this. And said, "What if me and you teamed up and just took over AEW?" Kind of a la like a two-man power trip, or like the Mega Powers from the 80s, or any other strange bedfellow dynamic duo like we've had in wrestling. And they just went at it and ran roughshod across AEW. And this is something that I could totally believe and get behind. And I kind of like the idea.
It would be so much fun. Me too. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be a lot of fun. And I want to see what they're capable of, not on WWE, together.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd give it a chance, but like I think Bryan and Punk would be way better.
Really?
Bryan Punk has the whole ROH magic. Yeah, I agree. Bryan Punk would be better.
It's like
but I still like this.
Like, these guys are strange bedfellows. It's just like
you can go. There's a lot of range you can do to string. Like they can be a straight, serious like kick-ass group, or you can be like you can have Daniel Bryan be a sarcastic asshole and, Mox be a straight man. There's a lot of range these guys can do together. Where I feel like
I'm definitely giving it a shot. I'm curious, but my first impression is just like, well, okay, not my first choice, but okay.
Also, did y'all hear Daniel Bryan is leading the inaugural ROH Hall of Fame?
I was about to say, yes, congratulations to Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan, Red Dragon being in the inaugural ROH Hall of Fame class.
No, American Dragon.
Yeah, it's American. Red Dragon is O'Reilly and Fist.
Red Dragon's a tag team. Yeah.
So I believe the Briscoes are also in the ROH Hall of Fame as well, or are going to be.
I think
in the ROH Hall of Fame. Even though the ROH Hall of Fame has been announced, we still have nothing from the WWE Hall of Fame, and we are almost like less than 50 days out for WrestleMania. We should really get on that.
Yeah, they usually announce like 3 by now. What if everyone's just like, what if like everyone just turns
You know what's
down?
crazy?
Who do we think is going in the Hall of Fame?
Knows? Because at this point,
Ric Flair again.
After fucking Dark Side of the Ring, absolutely not.
Whatever. You put the plane ride from hell in the Hall of Fame. Fucking.
All right, time out. So I was waiting for that Dark Side of the Ring to come up. I'm just sitting on this. Remember Story Time?
Yeah, they talked about this.
Yeah.
Story is an episode of WWE Story Time with Ric Flair, Dick, and all.
They talk about it.
All right? WWE has no fucking right to shut out this Ric Flair anymore. You advertised this and made a show about it. You take that, you put that woo back
in cartoon form too.
Yeah, for kids.
But
narrated by Mean Gene Okerlund, I think.
Was it depicted to be as fucked up as it was?
It was depicted to be hilarious.
In a cartoon form, yes.
Ric Flair tells
the story. That did not answer my question.
He does tell the story in the studio.
This is like when Dark Side of the Ring didn't break news. Like everyone knew this. Now you're gonna feign ignorance. Now you fuck up W and your fake PR bullshit. We all know who Ric Flair is. We love him for it.
I think he even depicts it in the 30 for 30 about him.
He might.
That 30 for 30 was great too. Go check it out.
Phenomenal. So good.
Go check it out. But speaking of Hall of Fame and all that shit, the only thing that is announced, or not even that, the only thing that tickets are going on sale for that doesn't include WrestleMania is the Raw after Mania. SmackDown's not on sale yet. Hall of Fame isn't on sale yet. Access for sure isn't on sale yet. And usually all of those things go in like a combo package.
Huh.
That's fucking weird.
Yes.
It's not like Texas has any COVID restrictions.
I don't think they ever did. But yeah, no, there's nothing that I know of. And like, I looked at the American Airlines Arena calendar. That weekend's wide the fuck open.
Well, Ricky, we've I don't know if you talked about this on the show, but we talked about it in our group chat for sure. Like when you bought tickets, it was through a whole new service, a new app or whatever.
SeatGeek for
SeatGeek, right?
SeatGeek for Mania.
Did we ever confirm if they have a partnership with SeatGeek? Maybe it's just literally just they have a bad partner. And like something, they've been different partners. It's their first time doing maybe this is the first time doing something different.
I believe it's not WWE partnership.
Where's Andrew Zarian?
It's not WWE partnering with SeatGeek. It is the buildings in and of itself. Like Barclays Center's primary ticket person is SeatGeek. Right. AT&T Stadium in Dallas' primary person is SeatGeek. American Airlines Arena in Dallas, their primary person is still Ticketmaster. So when the Raw After Mania tickets went on sale, it's through Ticketmaster. Okay.
That's very interesting. That's very confusing, but very interesting.
So I don't know what's going on.
So it can't be that then. I don't know, man. Maybe that whole company just like chickens with their head cut off.
I don't know. Also, NXT Stand and Deliver still no tickets for that if it's not a Tuesday, special. But you would think that would also, I don't know, be in Dallas.
Huh.
So there's something weird, unless like out of nowhere they're gonna start flooding you with like tickets, like beginning of March, like tickets on sale now, buy. So we'll see what happens. More on that Dallas story in our post show because I and probably going to rent a Tesla. Anywho, moving along. Yes.
What?
Yes, indeedy. Speaking of shocking things, did any of...
I'm excited for you.
Did any of you guys watch the greatness that was Miz TV this week?
Raw's the only thing. Raw and NXT I didn't watch this week.
It happened.
What happened?
I should have had you clip this because we should have that clip forever.
Wait, did they break up finally?
We're talking about the Eddie line. The Eddie line is like, you're a lot taller. You sure you're not Eddie's son? I was like, woo!
They said that?
In front of Ray.
Yeah, they said that. Miz said it.
In front of Ray.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love Easter eggs.
Now, that was an Easter egg. The whole crowd knew it exactly when he said
it. I love member berries. Fine.
You know what's crazy? I was watching this segment, and in my head, I was like, Miz is going to drop an Eddie line. And I was waiting for it. And I was like, wow, he didn't do it yet. Huh.
He mentioned Eddie, but then he dropped the line.
Kay, your mouth is gaping wide open.
Keith Lee signed.
I'm not surprised by that. Good for him.
Good.
Should have stayed on the honeymoon.
It's a wedding present. It's a wedding present. Is he
there,
I
don't know
Kay,
if he
or?
shows... Let me see. I see that he's signed. I can't see if he's there.
Oh, I thought he was on TV.
No, I got a ringside news article sent to me.
Oh.
Saying it's happened.
Oh, whatever. So get back to me when it shows up on TV.
Okay. Wow. That was mean.
Back to me when he shows up TV. My phone is not blowing up. I'm just trying to take it easy. But yeah. If there's one thing about The Miz, and he doesn't get enough respect for anything, he knows how to weave his way in and out of feuds with anybody. He just knows how to pick the right words and say the right things. Like, oh, this is a feud I want to see now. Like his feud with Edge. Didn't want to see it. Miz and Edge went out and verbally once. You're like, fuck it, I want to see this. I want to see Miz and Rey Mysterio.
You know what I want to see? I want to see, this won't happen, but I want to see Miz and Eddie Kingston.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
I know.
Would that be really fucking funny?
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, Eddie would just do, like, a no-sell job, and then Miz would be, like, oh, like, disgusted. Like, I think, like, Miz would come up and was like, Eddie, you're just stinky. Like, you stink. You're smell.
Yeah, no, I know. I think when Miz wants to cut you deep, he's going to cut you deep.
I'm down with Miz Ray.
I like Miz Ray, especially if it leads to Dominic, parting ways with Ray.
Oh, my God.
They
yeah,
need to break
if
that.
Dominic just teams with Ray and like he has like the Miz bottles.
Oh my god!
He dresses up as a mini Miz.
He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out with the fucking jacket and the goggles.
Yeah, the jacket and the goggles. Like WrestleMania comes out with the big bubble letters. Right?
And it says he says awesome, but in
right.
Spanish.
Can somebody get Google Translate for a commentary for comments on the side here? Anywho, that would be fantastic. Although Miz brought up a good point. Miz does all of these random things for WWE, and he's always good PR. But he's never used for anything. Anything at all.
No.
Dude, I just love how the Miz can cut promos and at the same time be so right, at the same time so wrong. It's like he's talking at both sides of his mouth, and both sides are believable.
Yeah, it's great. Like I would also love to see the Miz on the cover of like WWE 2K22.
Yeah, Ray was just like, all right, random, but okay.
I thought it was weird too. I thought it was gonna be Drew.
Although
honestly.
I can't wait to see the if you saw any of the videos, they recreated a lot of his earlier matches, especially his matches with Eddie. Mm-hmm. Because you know how they have a showcase mode?
Mm.
So they recreated a lot of the matches, and they synced it up.
So I think Ray showcase mode would be a lot of fun, because he's actually pretty great shit.
I just want to replay Halloween Havoc 96. Was it 97?
97.
Havoc 97.
That's fun.
Just give me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fretz, how are you downloading 2K22 tonight? It doesn't even come out for another month. People doesn't, mate. Let's move along.
Dude, they're on the Canadian trucks that are in Ottawa, and Mr. Fretz got on one and stole one.
Mr. Fretz broke onto a Canadian truck during an Ottawa protest and got 2K22.
He probably did.
Yes.
It's all about the NWO edition, actually, because they're doing an NWO for Life edition, and I'm all about it. Still hits. Moving along in our commercial-free edition of King's Rings podcast this week, we're going to talk about Vengeance. NXT Vengeance Day, not Takeover Vengeance Day, my apologies, happening next Tuesday, the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, which I still propose that Vengeance Day be the official name of the day after Valentine's Day.
Regardless of wrestling,
regardless of wrestling, absolutely.
Yeah.
It should
be
Vengeance
fuck with that.
Dude, that's just, I don't know if that's great timing or great marketing or both, but it's a great name. It's a great name on a great day.
Well, I think it's a good way because you have the 13th is Valentine's Day, the 14th is Valentine's Day, and the 15th is Vengeance Day.
We've talked a lot about how Valentine's Day doesn't exist, and we will not recreate this argument.
I was just about to ask when Valentine's Day was, and I was hoping it was the 15th.
Fuck you. So, like, historically, it's the 13th, but, like, my group of friends observes it whenever it's convenient. This year we are not observing it. Well, we're not observing it this year because we're gonna be in the Bahamas in 2 weeks.
That's right, Mr. Wildpea. The 13th is called Super Bowl Sunday. There it is.
It's actually National Tortellini Day on Sunday as well, and we are gonna honor this sweet boy. We will honor this.
We're honoring the Rams and the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and more importantly, we are honoring probably the greatest halftime show ever.
I was gonna say, dude, fuck the game. It's almost like a halftime show. I'm gonna miss the game. I'm gonna be on the road. I'm kind of bummed. So this Super Bowl is gonna be. I think it's gonna be really fun.
It's gonna be awesome.
I think the Simpsons predicted it 34-31 Bengals.
It's gonna be a close game. But after Super Bowl, we have Vengeance Day, and the premier match on Vengeance Day is the NXT Championship. Braun Breaker versus Santos Escobar, leader of Legado del Fantasma. Now, on paper, this match actually seems like a damn fucking good match. They had a little bit of they had a championship summit, which is pretty much a contract negotiation, which was all cool and all. And I know it's award season, I believe, for the Oscars, Will. And what better way to shake things up before Vengeance Day than Oscar bait himself, Dolph Ziggler.
I have to look up the nominations. I think they were released today, too.
I'm fucking salty about the Oscar nominations.
I stopped caring with the Oscars, I think, 2 years ago. It's like, oh, this elites just annoy me too much. I'm still going to watch the Oscars.
Very white.
Yes, so Dolph Ziggler showed up on NXT, full beard, all black suit, so you know he's scaling it up like a motherfucker.
He looks hot.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. Here we go.
He does look pretty good, not gonna lie. Him and like, he's pretty handsome in that picture.
Is Daddy Dolph?
You're about to make it, aren't you?
It's feeling that way. We're gonna table it.
So
for now.
lo and behold, Dolph is not in. Yeah, his hair's always phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Dolph is not inserting himself in the match that we know of. He just went out and said that he works on Tuesdays now, and of all the championships he's got...
Dolph Ziggler got demoted to NXT.
I don't see this as a demotion, but he says of all the championships that he's...
I'm going to watch NXT again.
And that's why it's not a demotion. And he said of all the championships that he hasn't garnered, he's never got his hands on the NXT championship.
Dude, I guess I'll just start chanting Tyler Breeze out.
But then also, he ended up getting mic checked by Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh. That's a match I actually want to see.
So,
I think that'd be a great match.
So although at the end the crowd was chanting for a fatal four-way for the titles, we're not getting that, okay? It is still Braun Breaker versus Santos Escobar. But now you have...
Wade started that chant.
but now you add Oscar Bates Ziggler, who, by the way, it's a fantastic heel performance that he did. Like, he makes you believe again. He got...
All joking aside,
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
All joking aside, I think Dolph Ziggler is gonna have a career resurgence in NXT.
I think he is,
I think he's gonna be outstanding.
He got the biggest pop since he cashed in.
I'm really...
Oh my god, yes.
Really?
The place went nuts.
I genuinely, like... I love Dolph Ziggler. Okay, we're gonna find out who the debut is next after this fucking... Because Matt Hardy and them are coming out.
No, Bobby Roode is like...
No! Let this be Bobby Roode's fucking resurgence. Bring back the Road, bring back Glorious.
Bobby,
give me
if
Bobby
Glorious
fucking
Bobby
Roode
comes back to NXT, I'll be like, yes, let's do this.
Dude, I want to see fucking Beer Money. Fuck Glorious.
Well, James Storm turned him down years ago.
I know, but hey.
I do think of you anytime I hear of Beer Money,
James Storm turned him down to go back to Impact. This is when NXT was, like, on fire.
Yeah.
It was peak NXT.
They
brought him in as almost like a one-off, and the place lost it for him. I mean, he's like, no, I'll go back to Impact.
Well, the biggest critique of James Storm, I think it was Bischoff who said this, is like the problem with James Storm is, you know, when he walks out of the ring, you already know what the end of the match is going to be.
Oh, he's predictable.
Because he's gonna be really happy, or he's gonna be pissed off.
Ironically,
so he doesn't like
James Storm is a follower of our Patreon. It's really funny.
I'm a big fan of James Storm.
Shout out to Beer Money. But yeah, so we
if Beer Money ever wants to come on the pod, they should.
Dolph Ziggler in NXT. You still have the Raw logos and stuff. So this is very interesting. This is the second occurrence of a main roster talent showing up for a little bit of a mini run, if this is even a mini run, on NXT. First being AJ Styles, the Grayson Waller thing, and now Dolph Ziggler. And say what you want about Dolph, because
you forgot about Finn Balor.
I'm not
and
counting Finn in that.
Yeah, guys, where's Finn now? Oops. We should have
stayed in NXT. Is he on vacation or just chilling?
Dude, I have no idea.
I don't know.
They got nothing.
Has he been on TV?
No, he isn't. He wasn't in the Rumble. He wasn't nowhere to be.
He wasn't in the Royal Rumble. That's why I wondered if he was on TV.
There's nothing for Finn at the moment. But
could you imagine fucking Finn gets released?
I'm not surprised
I could,
that.
But like,
wouldn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form if Finn Balor got released.
Give me Fergal in fucking Japan.
That's where he needs to go, back to Japan for a little bit. But back to Dolph. Say what you want about Dolph, because we shit on Dolph all the time, because Dolph's just really funny. And I was really expecting Dolph to do a whole "it should have been me" rant, because I thought it would have been really funny. But riddle me this: name a bad Dolph Ziggler match off the top of your head.
I'm sure there's a few in the Spirit Squad.
Okay, minus Spirit Squad Dolph.
A match that was just like a Dolph singles match.
Really
I can't
hard.
Think of one off the top of my head.
No matter where he is, he still puts on quality.
He's a great wrestler.
Dude, I really can't think of like any memorable Dolph Ziggler match to be other than like the Miz.
The Miz
Del
IC
Rio
match, his Del Rio cash-ins. There's another one. I was gonna say one with Drew, but there's one with Drew. All the ladder matches he's in. Oh, my ears.
Sorry.
I'm guessing it was not Keith Lee.
He's here. Who's
he?
Pronouns, pal.
Keith Lee. It's just literally the fucking graphic came up, just says limitless, and
it's fine. I'm over the Keith Lee train thing.
Hell yeah. You're over Keith Lee? Yeah. He's your twin. You're not allowed.
To be over my twin.
Why?
Because I am. You think Mary Kate's done with Ashley? Probably is.
Probably not. Twins have a very special.
It's okay. It's all about Elizabeth Olsen, anyways. Moving along in our NXT Vengeance Day little preview here, we also have a North American title in a match that I think is probably going to steal the show. The man who doesn't miss, Carmelo Hayes, puts his title on the line against another potential daddy of Kay Murphy's, Cameron Grimes. So, Will, does Cameron Grimes go to the moon?
No.
Really?
Not a chance. I don't watch NXT at all, but no. Carmelo Hayes is too good.
It is very interesting. Kay, what are your thoughts on this, Kay?
Logically, I think Carmelo Hayes will win, but my heart puts stepfather Cameron Grimes.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. You know where he gets the name Cameron Grimes from? Because he's from Cameron, North Carolina. Same hometown as?
Jeffrey Hardy.
Okay, Rev, did you listen to the show last week?
I did.
What did you think of me calling Jeff Hardy
here we
Bell
go.
Hall of Famer?
I think you're correct. I think at this time
he denied his first ballot. He denied
his.
Yeah.
He denied the ballot.
I don't blame him. I don't fucking blame him.
All right, so he's no longer first ballot Hall of Famer. He's gonna be a second ballot Hall of Famer.
I disagree. Give it 5 years.
What? Okay.
I think in the next 3 years, I can agree with your argument that he might not be first. Like, he won't be asked again. And if he, in the next
he's going in the Hall of Fame at some point. He's going in the Hall of Fame. That's not a question. That's without shadow of a doubt.
No, Jeff Hardy will still lead a class in the Hall of Fame, and the Hardy Boys would lead a class in the Hall of Fame. So
I don't think
Jeff Hardy will not lead a class. No.
Even if he does,
I do.
It'll be a
Absolutely not.
Jeff Hardy's not leading a class at this point in the Hall of Fame.
Jeff Hardy has done too much of an impact to not. Yeah, I agree that, like, walking out on WWE might not have been the best thing. Like, I will agree with you there, but I don't think that he's second ballot at all.
Even though he denied his first ballot.
I mean, he should be first ballot, but he denied
because they asked him in such a bullshit way. I doubt they were asking him this year if he didn't fucking walk out of the WWE.
I mean, look, even then, they still... I've seen people do worse shit. Like, CM Punk walked out and they didn't offer him the Hall of Fame. Okay. They fired him on his wedding day.
Punk is someone that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not going to get their Hall of Fame.
I'll give Kay Murphy that credit. They make a very great point that Jeff Hardy would not have been asked to be in the Hall of Fame if he didn't walk out. I think that's 1,000% correct.
There was a potential for Jeff. They were going to push Hardy.
Yeah, he was going to be...
Jeff was going to be pushed and get a universal shot with Roman, but he wasn't going to be asked to be in the Hall of Fame this year. No way.
No, I agree with that, but...
I don't believe that.
I don't think they were going to put... I was giving Jeff... I'm thinking the Hardy Boys would be in the Hall of Fame in the next 5 years because they're almost done.
They say that all the time, and they always come back and do something.
Well,
they won't break a leg, literally. Okay, so you still have Jeff Hardy and the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys are still a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys first ballot acts. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I know, but Jeff was still around. He was not going to get a Hall of Fame, but I still think I want to. If I'm going to work with I'm going to work with the hottest guy in wrestling right now. On the island of relevancy, Jeff Hardy, Roman Reigns. I'm taking that.
I'm like sad that there's no Jeff and Roman Reigns, but like, if that means I can get Jeff and CM Punk again, I don't fucking care. Literally, Jeff Hardy.
Yes, it was.
Feud.
That's my
was that
straight
up Society
that
Punk?
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Fucking that SummerSlam match is my favorite wrestling match of all time. That is my favorite. Like, when I'm depressed, I watch... Yes, I'm depressed, I watch that.
Interesting.
Well, very much Punk's stance on straight edge and, like, Jeff's addiction. Those have both been points in my life. I have been the straight edge person that was very douchey about it, but I've also have been an addict.
So wait, hold on. Before we continue on, I also believe Carmelo Hayes sneaks away with this, although Cameron Grimes is very good babyface at this point. What is douchey straight edge K like?
Cameron Grimes.
Can we get douchey straight edge K real quick? I'm very interested in this.
I was straight edge in middle school and high school. I started drinking like senior year of high school because I was dating a boy and I was in college. So like naturally I started drinking. I started smoking weed the day my senior musical closed because I was depressed that rent was over. So I started smoking weed. I started smoking cigarettes that year. But before all those things, I was judgmental as fuck. Like, I thought being drunk was stupid. Like, why would I poison my body that way? Cigarettes were gross. I was such a douchebag. I was very vocal about my beliefs, and I was not nice about it. Like, I was also the douchey atheist kid too. Like, I was an asshole. Such an asshole. I was such an asshole. Literally, I was such a dick. I was such a fucking dick. And now I'm much more like... So
you're telling me you were like the people who...
Like,
so wait, you're telling me you're like the people who protested Planned Parenthood on a Saturday. All the time.
But with other causes. Like, Planned Parenthood, obviously... Emotionally?
Yeah.
You mean emotionally?
Like, you took time out of your day where you could be doing other entertaining shit, but you used it to ruin other people's days.
I wouldn't, like, go seek people out. Like, if it came into my lap, then I would be a dick about it. But, like, I wouldn't, like, go on Facebook or MySpace. Yeah. That's probably more appropriate. Like, I wouldn't, if, say, somebody posted a picture of them drinking on MySpace, I wasn't going to comment on it and being like, meh, 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 meh. Like, I wasn't like that. I wasn't a keyboard warrior or anything, but, like, if, like, at school, people were trying to get me to drink, because very often people would try to get me to drink, and I would get mad judgy about it and be like, why? I'm poisoning my body. I'm not going to remember shit. Like, it's stupid. And I'm like, and you're like kind of an asshole if you think that's, like, fun. And then I started drinking, and hello, I turned into an alcoholic. So,
balance.
Drinking does not work for everybody. Not. But that doesn't. But I always, like, even now that I don't drink, I very much feel like I need to, like, put a disclaimer. I'm like, just because I don't drink, like, I don't give a fuck if anybody drinks around me. I don't care if you drink. Like, there's alcohol in my house. There's alcohol that I own for cooking. Like, I have fucking Tito's in my pantry. Nice. So, like, I don't think. Yeah. Like, just because drinking doesn't work for me doesn't mean, like...
It won't work on spaghetti.
It's
very true.
Not good for other people. Yeah. But, yeah, no. Straight edge me, you fucking douchebag.
Now
fucking
I want Tito's infused scrambled eggs. Moving on.
Wait, what?
No, thank
you. Why would you put Tito's?
It's just, I don't know. I just thought of the weirdest thing possible. But not as... Just fucking...
But why?
No, I haven't. I've done beer-infused scrambled eggs. Kegs and eggs. It's great. Because the alcohol goes away when you put it on the fucking stove.
Kegs and eggs.
Exactly.
It's a great event. I'm not going to lie.
Kegs and eggs.
Kegs and eggs is a great event. That was a lot of fun.
It's scrambled eggs and beer in the morning. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've had a breakfast beer... But kegs and never kegs and eggs.
Add some eggs to that beer, and you have kegs and eggs.
I mean, I guess I've done kegs and eggs. I just don't call it that. I'm not a frat boy.
Listen, this was not just a frat thing. Although
it sounds like
just because it rhymed did not mean it's a frat thing. Although that was very clever.
No, it's not the rhyme. It's not the fact that it rhymes. It's the specific rhyme, kegs and eggs. That's very brolic.
Listen, it was effective, and it was great way to start my day. Moving on. So we have this match between Will's favorite NXT 2.0 superstar, Tony D'Angelo, and I said him. Will's favorite.
No.
Dude, it's Tony Pajamas. I'm just calling him Tony Pajamas.
And Peter Dunne, they've been having this kind of feud of weapons with stealing Pete Dunne's mouthpiece and crowbars and yada, yada, yada. It's all coming to a head on Vengeance Day in a steel cage match, but not just any other regular steel cage match. It is going to be, as Pete Dunne put it, a weaponized steel cage match. No, the steel cage will not be, having like electricity running through it, but they're going to have weapons around the cage that they can use to beat the living crap out of each other while still in the steel cage. Okay, who wins this?
Daddy Peter. Duh. No way fucking Tony pajamas can last in a weaponized steel cage. No.
Dude, unless fucking Paulie comes down, alright? Paulie and Sil from Brooklyn come down.
You know, if we would have called the Ambrose Asylum match a weaponized steel cage match, we'd probably think about it a lot better.
The Ambrose Asylum. Oh my god,
you're supposed to forget about that match.
Dude, I heard weaponized steel cage, and the first thing I thought was that fucking planter.
What?
Stupid plant, Mitch, the potted plant.
No, you don't remember Mitch? The potted plant? That. Remember when Ambrose would have like his talk show?
No.
Well, you're lucky. Yeah, it was
Ambrose and Jericho were doing a talk show, and then Ambrose had this like dumbass set, and he called it the Ambrose Asylum. He had this plant, and he called the plant Mitch.
I do not. I remember the Ambrose Asylum. I do not remember Mitch.
Well, yeah, the plant was one of those weapons that blew into a steel cage.
Yeah, it was. It was such a bad match.
I see.
Stupid.
The only thing that saved that match, and it didn't save the match at all, was Jericho taking all the tacks at the end and rolling around in the tacks.
Yeah, everyone loves thumbtacks. Now they do Legos. That really sucks.
I don't know. I'd rather take a tack than a Lego. Legos are fucking the worst.
Legos are brutal.
I'd probably rather take the Legos.
Who is CM Punk's partner going to be?
I don't know if I'd take a Lego, dude.
Oh my god, it's coming.
I say Peter Dunne wins this as well. As we move along to wait for K surprise, we have the finals of the men's Dusty Cup as well. MSK is actually going to defend and potentially. Yes,
wait,
MSK
what?
made it to the finals. They're actually going to defend against the Creed brothers. Yes, we could potentially have, for the first time ever, back-to-back Dusty Cup champions. Does it actually happen?
Who the fuck
They're
are
part
the
of Diamond Mine and Malcolm Bivens.
They're
a tag team from Diamond Mine.
Ew. What happened to the Brazilian veterans?
They lost to what's her name? I don't want to call them like the black tag team, but they are two African Americans. It was Idris Anafe and I forgot who the other one is, but they lost.
Who is Idris Anafe?
It's these two new guys. I forgot what their names are. They're like these two guys that they brought together. They're hyper athletic, but they're very green. But the GYV did lose to them. It's why we have tournaments, because every tournament needs an upset.
All right.
Yeah. I do not believe we actually get back-to-back, champions from MSK. I think MSK is very solidified as a fucking phenomenal tag team, but I do think they put the Creed brothers over, because I also think when I was watching this happen live for a setup for this, I don't think we've ever had like back-to-back heels or back-to-back faces win the Dusty Cup. I think it's always been heel face, heel face. I think they've always switched them almost every year.
I couldn't tell you. I have a million things to think about.
Because I think you had obviously Finn and Samoa Joe were faces. Then you had Authors of Pain were heels.
Heels, yeah. Actually, who after that?
Why don't I remember the third one? It was Undisputed, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Undisputed?
2 heels.
No, because Roger screwed over him and Pete Dunne.
Never mind.
All right, so 2 heels. Yeah.
But I feel that.
I got my surprise. Jon Moxley. I'm very excited. It's Jon Moxley and CM Punk versus FTR.
Intriguing.
Cool.
Very, very intriguing.
Yeah.
And
I fucking love wrestling.
Yes. When it's done correct, wrestling is good. And the final match on this Vengeance Day card will probably be one of the openers. They're going to hide this one somewhere. NXT Women's Tag Match, Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane versus Persia Parada and Indy Hartwell, a.k.a. Mrs. Dexter Loomis. Because this is totally a match. Because obviously the Women's Dusty Cup, I don't even believe has started yet. But Kay Murphy, who wins this tag match?
Oh, really? I think is this for the titles? Yes. I think Toxic Attraction retains, because why would they lose on the Valentine's Day Hangover pay-per-view? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, they are
They are Vengeance, yes.
I feel like.
They are Vengeance.
Like, it makes more sense.
And they're still the biggest thing in the women's division.
And I think they'll drop on a pay-per-view.
You think they'll drop at Stand and Deliver?
Maybe.
I like that idea of dropping at Stand and Deliver for a round. If they can ever put Stand and Deliver on TV or if there's...
I just don't know.
It'll be the Tuesday after WrestleMania.
No, I want a real pay-per-view. Or, I'm sorry, a PLE. I would like a real PLE. But I don't know who they dropped
I love the Tuesday after Mania when SmackDown was on Tuesdays. They had some great debuts on Tuesday after Mania.
Yeah.
Like,
I liked when SmackDown
like
was on
SmackDown
Tuesday.
as the kickoff to Mania weekend, kind of loses luster because you don't really have any surprises, and it's always by default just a really, it's a recap go home.
It's a recap show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like when Shinsuke debuted after Orlando, like on SmackDown, like that was fucking wild. Or any or when not Tyler Breeze, Tyler Breeze did debut on SmackDown though. Or when Sean Spears, aka Ty Dillinger, showed up as well. Like those were big moments at the time. And you don't get that when it's on a Friday before Mania. It's kind of like, it leaves it all for Raw, which I get, but SmackDown deserves some stuff too. But moving on, I just want to close out the show, obviously Future Shock, where we try to predict what might happen in the future, and it revolves around Elimination Chamber, which we'll talk a little bit more in depth next week, probably. The Elimination Chamber women's match is also happening, and the winner of this match will obviously... This happened. And, yeah.
What?
Dude,
the Elimination Chamber women's match has been set. Winner of this match...
Dude, Hulu Raw just cut out the fact that you're doing a women's elimination chamber match. Hulu's just like, this shit ain't important.
The winner of this women's match will go on to face Becky Lynch, presumably at WrestleMania as the #1 contender. So you have Nikki ASH, Doudrop, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and a mystery 6th person who they have currently not revealed yet. So you can do wrong answers only. You can take this legitimately. You can do whatever the hell you want. Who is the 6th person in the women's elimination tournament?
Probably
Frank
Bayley.
would like to give an answer.
Go ahead, Frank.
Go ahead, Frank.
Frank says Eva Marie.
I would pop so hard if that happened.
I want Eva Marie to win and wrestle at WrestleMania and win the title against my favorite wrestler, Becky Lynch.
Heat that Eva Marie would get walking down the ramp at WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania.
You know I love trolling when I want... You know I'm a troll when I want my favorite wrestler to lose. To Eva Marie.
Yeah.
Like, I would book Eva Marie over CM.
Stop it. No, you wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you at all. I don't. Yeah.
You stop with your lies.
Would you pick Eva Marie over Jeff Hardy?
Matt, I wasn't. No, that's not even realistic.
Eva Marie over Punk.
No.
Alright, guys, I have the answer.
I think it would be funnier.
The sixth person is gonna be Dave Bautista.
Oh wait, I know who it is. WWE signed Santina Morella's daughter. So Santina Morella's daughter.
Wait, no, is that for real? Like Santina Morella's daughter is signed to WWE? Oh shit.
Yeah.
How old is his daughter?
Young.
I mean, the Rock's daughter is also signed too.
All right, and she's.
I think it's like that, like not going to be like on TV yet. I feel like she's gonna be like developmental.
I think the 6th person is Izzy.
Dude.
Is she?
She's like 14.
Isn't she like 14?
Like 14, 15, 14. Like a sophomore in high school.
She's got another year before she can like do what Jeff Hardy did.
And sneak his way onto Raw.
Dude, not a chance anyone under the age of 18 is ever doing that.
Yeah,
today's WWE.
Not a chance
not
at all.
Not a goddamn chance.
What other women are there?
It's not going to be Sunny. That's just, you're asking too much of Sunny. Yeah,
I think she's going back to jail. I wouldn't mind seeing Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I don't think the 6th person's going to win. unless
the
it's
sixth
Bayley.
person I believe is going to win, and her name is Asuka.
That could work.
I don't think it's Asuka.
Because I think if you're going to keep Ronda and Charlotte to themselves, which is fine, that's clearly a SmackDown related feud, even though it's kind of cross promotional, or it goes beyond SmackDown. But you also have Brock and Roman, which if that stays legitimate, that's also something SmackDown. You got to give Raw something, and we haven't seen Asuka in a while. She is believably can beat the ass out of everybody in the chamber already, and Asuka and Becky is a pretty good feud.
I agree with all those things, but I don't believe in WWE to do it.
But I also like Becky and Bayley as well, because I think Bayley's just better on the mic.
I think I wouldn't mind Bayley. I think Bianca's going to win. Unfortunately, this match just gets thrown away in the mid-card of WrestleMania.
Yeah, because Ronda and Charlotte's the bigger draw.
Yeah, I just don't see this match. It's going to be like, oh yeah, this 2 years from now, like, oh yeah, that match happened.
Lita and Becky is at
Yes,
Chamber,
it
right?
is. We'll talk a lot about next week.
Okay.
If Bianca is fortunate enough to win this, and she goes on to face Becky straight up, and they get a match worthy of a main match, they would be lucky, very very lucky and fortunate if they go on first on one of the nights.
I know what's going to happen.
What's up?
Okay, so it depends on placement of the Becky match. But I believe Becky and Lita will go first. Lita will win the title, and then Trish will be the sixth woman. And you get Trish and Lita for the Raw title at Mania.
That would be such a disaster.
I love the idea, but I don't know.
Maybe like 15 years ago.
I don't know. Trish is still in good shape.
It checks off all the Mania boxes. It's a nostalgia
before the title, though? I mean, Trish is still in good shape. She's been working out a lot lately.
Goldberg's going for the title. Goldberg can have another
title match. Goldberg's
going
for the title at Elimination Chamber, not at WrestleMania. There's a huge difference there. There's a huge difference.
I think Trish and Lita at this point are more worth a WrestleMania spot than Goldberg. I love Goldberg.
Yeah, but I want to see Trish against somebody like, I don't know, Sasha Banks.
Yeah. I want Trish to stay retired because they did a retirement match.
Once she won.
Twice.
And then once she lost and put Charlotte over.
Very small.
Yeah, I would like Trish to stay retired too. It's one of those things you gotta stay retired. Like, it's one of those things like, remember when Shawn Michaels came out of retirement for that Saudi Arabia match and he instantly regretted it?
Yeah, I kind of want Lita to stay retired as well. I get it, the Saudis want something and they're gonna get it. But
oh, I'm being selfish because this is one of my favorite childhood wrestlers. This is one of my favorite adult wrestlers. So selfishly,
it's a cool matchup. I'm excited. I'm excited for the match, but it's like I don't need to see Lita.
I want to see.
I'm still thinking of Elimination Chamber.
I feel like the Saudi government or whoever helps to book the stuff with WWE just has a checklist of wrestlers.
No, 1,000%. Prince Ben Salman's it's like, I want him. He's dead. Yeah.
It's like an Amazon wish list.
I want access to this list to see how ridiculous it is.
I don't. I want nothing to do with Saudi Arabia.
I just want to see the list to see how ridiculous it might actually be.
Oh, Ricky, the sixth could be fucking Lacey Evans.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I know you do.
I like that.
That'd be a lot of fun.
And she's wrestled in Saudi before.
She's a fantastic heel.
So it's plausible.
And I think she can go one-on-one with Becky in a verbal, not like Liv can't do shit. Lacey would be a great Becky opponent. And that could be a surprisingly entertaining match.
Yeah, it'd be good. That's a good mid-card match.
That would be a surprisingly entertaining match. I just don't. It depends on how much confidence they have in Lacey coming off of her pregnancy, and how ring ready she is.
True, that is also very true. When did she have the baby? Cool. Okay. so she's probably not.
I don't know. She's like a super athlete. I mean, if Becky, you saw how good Becky got in shape.
Still, Rainsie's hard.
Yeah, and then we saw how fast Ronda didn't get into ring shape. She doesn't look bad. She looks like she gave birth a few months ago,
not
but she's not in ring shape. But,
yeah.
This is a problem. WrestleMania?
Yeah, she'll be fine.
She's gonna be in ring shape.
She'll be fine.
She's gonna be in
Lacey's a former Marine. I think she'll be fine.
Lacey, yeah, I think Lacey will be fine. Even if she's not in
she'll
ring shape now,
she'll be fine.
Yeah.
She'll be fine. So we'll see what happens when we talk about it a little bit more next week. But that's pretty much all we have for the show, unless we missed something on AEW, okay?
No. Nothing we didn't really talk about.
Yeah, so make sure you come back next week. We're going to talk a little bit more about Elimination Chamber, among other things.
Oh, I will say on AEW, Dan Lambert and Brandy Rhodes last week.
Oh my
God. I didn't hear about. What happened?
What a wild ride. Dan Lambert essentially has called Brandy a trash whore with fake tits.
Does Brandy have fake boobs?
Yeah.
Oh,
she does.
That is actually news to me.
Yeah, it was news to me as well. I took a second look at it. I was like, yeah, no, I guess they are. But yeah,
we needed to make fake tit jokes in 2022. I hate Dan Lambert, but I also hate Brandy Rhodes. So like,
it's great heat.
I want them both to lose.
Every time I hear fake tit jokes in wrestling, I remember when The Rock and Jericho just totally destroyed Stephanie McMahon.
It's amazing. It's amazing what you can do on television. But Ricky, it's leading to a Brandy Rhodes versus Paige Van Zandt match. Tell me how much you don't want to see that bullshit. Paige Van Zandt with these Baker tits marching down to the ring.
I do not want to see that at all. Oh my god! Yeah. Oh no.
What else happened in AEW?
Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez.
That was on Rampage,
fun.
no?
Yes.
I really hope the best for Mercedes Martinez. She got shafted in WWE.
Me too.
Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy was also pretty fun.
That just sounds really funny.
Oh yeah, I did like that.
It was a good. Their lights out match was really good, Ricky.
Wait, isn't that stupid lights
Adam
out
Cole
gimmick where like we're turning the lights off?
Yeah. So Adam Cole lost, but it's on an L in the lose column. It's really stupid, but yeah.
That's the worst stipulation ever.
Also, Adam Cole said on Rampage that he wants to go for the AEW title.
It's about damn time.
Yeah, no, people like complaining about Adam Cole's run in AEW. I'm just like, dude, it's
fine.
There's nothing wrong with his run. Like, he's being used consistently. He's wrestling.
He's hanging out with his friends. He's hanging out with his friends.
Like, he's not being highlighted as a main eventer in air quotes, but he's doing.
Adam Cole is taking a break from working really hard. He's hanging out with his friends, having a good time. Let him have a good time. And let Adam Cole hang out and have a good time with his girlfriend that he's trying to get over. So.
Okay, what do you think of Malachi and House of Black?
Oh my god, I love.
So who is in House of Black?
Oh my. Right now it's Malachi Black and Brody King, and oh my god, that match with them and then fucking Pac and Penta was so much fun.
Yeah, Pac was like blindfolded for a little bit. It was pretty cute.
It was really cool. It was so fun.
Oh, that reminds me of something from the NHL Skills competition this past weekend.
Yeah, they call themselves. Hold on, I had it in it. It's like the Knights of like the Dark Throne or something like that. Something like that.
You know, you're gonna have an Assassin's Creed group come in.
Yeah, but I think
people
they're gonna
getting stabbed with a wrist dagger.
Because I don't remember. Well, they're gonna have a third soon, I think, because I don't remember if it was on TV or it was on socials or something. I saw him mention something about a third or the number 3. So like someone else is coming. I just don't know who.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else before we get to our post show? Stick around if you guys are still watching us on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. We do have a post show. We have some things to talk about on the post show, I think. Yeah, I have some news.
We do.
Oh?
It's not even real news. It's just
all
like,
right.
It's just, I have things to talk about on the post show. And we also have some really fun, there's some really funny tweets and memes that I found from wrestling this past week.
Do you have trivia
I
questions?
do not have trivia questions. I have not done trivia, although.
Oh, that trivia on Raw, though? Fucking hilarious.
Yes!
I thought the academic decathlon Raw was so start to end.
Wait, what?
We'll talk about the post show, but it was
there was an academic decathlon in Denver between Alpha Academy and Randy and Real. This started the show.
Oh, it was so great. The music, all of it was outstanding. It was like I say this all the time. When WWE gets stupid right, they get it really right, and this one was 100% right. Shush, ham, shush, ham, shush.
We got to get a shush soundbite at some point.
Like, I like that I'm probably the only one like out there in wrestling who and the internet's like, yeah, this is great. I'm one of the only ones. I'm one of the few.
No, it went over really well with a lot of people. I thought it was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Well, let's kick it on the post show, shall we? Hit me with that music because I'm not going to hear well.
Yeah, you no, still can't hear it.
Oh my god! All right, so we're just going to wing it. Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, hang on.
Give me it,
I'll cue you in.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to episode 282 of the Kings of the Rings podcast, Vengeance with Flair. I've been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR _podcast on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch. Even find our own Discord. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews, and listen to us wherever you get all of your podcasts by subscribing to Wrestle Addict Radio, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio's pages at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook and Instagram. The links to all of those things are in the description below, including links to our great people at Midnight Music who produce some of our fantastic beats each and every week. So please stick around, join us for the post show. But until then, Will T, what you got for me?
Oh, I got a lot, Ricky. I got a lot of shit going on in my life because next week is also a huge week for me as well as the podcast. Next week is not only my birthday. I turn 27 Cobain years next week. It is also the 7th anniversary of my very first podcast, which was this very first podcast. King's Wings podcast turns 7.
Oh boy!
Next week. Holy shit! 7 years, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Can you believe that bullshit? Someone let me podcast for 7 years without canceling. That person is me. T as in Thomas, ARASHUK with the WILL right in front. And can't believe I couldn't do it without you. Thank you for being here every week.
I'm
almost
glad
every week.
I'm here. Thank y'all for not firing me. Yeah. I mean, as it stands, I'm going to be gone again in 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
So, I'm going to be on a boat,
That's true. You are going to be on a motherfucking boat.
With my swim trunks.
Flippy floppies.
And my flippy floppies.
Flippity flops.
I'll talk about it more on the post show. But I'm going to be swimming with pigs. I'm so excited.
I thought you were going to say dolphins, but I did not expect pigs.
No, pigs. I'll tell you. We'll talk about my promised plans on the post show. But you can find me across all social media platforms at the K Murphy, at THEKAE Murphy. Frank is somehow still awake. And he's probably ready to kill me, but he loves me the most, so it's okay.
So I'm really going to sound awkward, but please put your lizard away as we start to go into the post show. Join us next week when we're going to talk about Vengeance Day. Obviously, we're going to preview a little bit of Elimination Chamber, and hopefully some more WrestleMania things will be revealed to us, like who the fuck is going into the Hall of Fame, all of that and more on apparently the birthday edition of Kings of the Rings podcast next week. And by the way, Rams by 3 in the Super Bowl this weekend. So goodbye, good night. We will see you next week, and happy birthday, Slack. No, fuck you, Slack. Well, we should have Slack on for the birthday. That's not his. Oh, that's going to be great.
I was just going to say, what is Slack
We can do it next week. Who knows? Anywho, we'll see you later, folks.
Okay. Goodbye.
Midnight Music.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Country!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to their Tip of the Crown post show featuring some of the greatest tweets and memes in wrestling from this past week. Of course, I'm here, King Ricky Rose, along with Willie T and DK Murphy. So, Will, what are we doing for your birthday next week? Because this show actually falls on your birthday.
Yeah, it does. I will be here. I leave for Miami the next day. So I'll make sure I have to pack beforehand. But next week, I don't know. It's a go home?
It's a go home for Chamber.
Let's come and do
I'm saying we can do it. We can do a whole Willie T birthday and just totally forget about wrestling.
We can do that.
We could do This Is Your Life, Will Terror Shock.
Let's do This Is Your Life, Will Terror. Can we do that for all the birthdays?
That takes a lot of planning, and I don't know if I can do that in such a minimal amount of time.
You're smart. You'll figure it out.
It is a bold move. Well, we could do This Is Your Life Slack. We haven't done that yet.
Okay, I do like
This Is Your Life Slack.
I like that better.
We could have a call-in show, which would be great.
We could. I can bring him in.
No, there's like a general call-in show.
I know. Why don't we get Slack's dad?
Could you imagine?
I could. I also want to get Slack's girlfriend on the show.
Let's not go too far.
I don't. I don't want to be the reason for a breakup. I can.
Also, I have a bone to pick with Slack. Like,
why? What's Slack do now?
He accused me of liking Charlotte Flair on Twitter, and I think it's really homophobic that he's spreading such falsehoods.
I do. Oh, now I can hear the music.
Because he wonders how we're friends because of how much I love Goldberg and how much I allegedly love
like
Charlotte
what Mr.
Flair.
Friends put in the comments. He goes, "This is your life Slack, but on my birthday." Oh my god, that would be great. Using the Discord for a call-in, that'd be fucking phenomenal. Is anybody enjoying these Mickey James memes as much as I am? These are...
I'm too busy staring at this sweet, handsome man in front of me. Hello, Smalls. Oh no, what are you doing?
Yeah, right?
Smalls.
I call him Smalls all the time. Yeah. His newest nickname is Smallhausen.
So, Will, have you warmed up to Danhausen yet?
He loves Danhausen.
Have you warmed up to Danhausen yet?
We went over this last week. I'm a big fan of Danhausen.
I fucking love Danhausen, and like, I love him. I love him so much. He makes my soul genuinely happy.
Excellent.
I call Frank very tiny. He's very nice, very
Oh,
tiny.
so this past weekend, I saw Jackass Forever. Absolutely amazing.
I've only heard good things.
Absolutely amazing.
I heard it's like a love letter to our childhood.
It really is, and it's fantastic. Will, there's one stunt that they do that you're really gonna pop for. Not that one. There are bees in this one. There's also, I will tell you this, and it's just not really. There's a lot of penis.
That's not surprising.
I mean, do y'all watch Euphoria?
I do. Me and Jess.
I watched every episode of Euphoria in a 24-hour span.
But yet still can't finish the MCU.
That's heavy.
Yeah, by the last 2 episodes, like, I'm caught up. I, like, had a fucking panic attack.
I'm almost done with season 1.
Oh my god, it's incredible. Smalls, no.
But yeah, no, there's... No. I won't tell you who will, but there is a UFC fighter that shows up on Jackass Forever. No, it's not.
Is it Ronda Rousey?
It's not Brock Lesnar. I said UFC, not WWE. And once you see this person, you're going to be like, oh my god. It is... Their stunts are fucking insane. But it is a really cool movie. Bravo.
I need to go see it.
I'm interested. I'll see it event. I think I'm gonna go to theaters to see it, but I'll catch it eventually.
I will probably go when I get home from the cruise.
Have you seen Spider-Man
because
yet?
I'm so afraid.
God damn it.
No.
They are still showing this in theaters too. you still have a shot.
I know. Again, that is another. If it's still in theaters when I get home from the Bahamas, I will go see it because I'm so afraid of getting COVID before this trip.
Really? Well,
I live in the city, and if they lift the mask mandate, great. So
you didn't hear about that? They lifted the mask mandate. Starts tomorrow or ends tomorrow. Yeah.
Ends tomorrow. What? I wasn't sure if it was like confirmed. I was like,
the state.
The state.
New York State. Yeah. Hoboken did their mask mandate lifted today. Actually,
it's still in part.
I mean, Robbie put it back on when Omicron popped up, and I was like, whatever. And then he decided to take it out.
It's still in play, I think, for hospitals and schools, if I read correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And they still advise you for like potentially high infectious areas that you probably should wear a mask, but it's not going to be like said like a mandate for it.
Dude, I don't know about masks in schools. Not to get all political and all that bullshit, but like, there's not really a lot of science to say that.
Schools are where most diseases, where a lot of people get sick from, anyways.
Yes, true, but COVID in particular isn't dangerous to kids at all.
I don't know.
At all. Whether you're getting it, spreading it.
I wouldn't know about that. I would say kids would be more
prone
to getting, especially since their immune systems aren't fully developed yet. But for the sake of just being a child.
COVID doesn't affect them at all. Like, at all. You know how many kids have died from COVID in the past 3 years? With or from COVID? It's like 800.
That's still a lot. I mean, it's in the grand scheme.
It's still a lot of kids that...
Okay.
And it'll affect children differently because their immune systems aren't like
developed
as strong as an adult.
That's just that. But the whole study is just nothing like that. Is just COVID just bounces right off of them. Doesn't
short term maybe, but in the long term there could be something.
Well, I mean, I had fucking COVID. 2 of my housemates are teachers, so like they got COVID from students.
Have you seen pictures of like what schools look
kids
like?
Wearing masks.
Like they have their plastic barriers. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's just the world we're in right now.
But it doesn't have
if people would have gotten vaccinated, wore a mask. Yes, I totally agree with you on that.
No, people down.
If we had done it, if everyone did it correctly the first time,
so here's the thing: it may not affect kids, and it's also with people being asymptotic.
Dude, but I'm saying socially and psychologically, what are these lockdowns and mandates doing to kids?
These kids are fucked up.
These kids are fucked. And for what? A disease that does nothing to them?
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it does kind of suck, but this is what happens when you have an out of control disease. This is kind of just the world they have to live in. It's like, what happened to the generation of people who went through World War I and World War II? Wow, they were fucked too a little bit. Exactly. This is just some of the things you have to deal with. What happened to the generation of kids that went through 9/11? We all have our fucked up things that go throughout our generation. Just how you deal with it.
Dude, kids are behind on education. Because they haven't been in school properly. Zoom school isn't actual school.
It's difficult to do mobile schooling. I get it because people learn in different ways.
Do you still need to do Zoom school with this disease? Like, is this not overkill?
Here's the thing. It may not be affecting the kids, but the kids are carrying it and affecting other people. That's why.
Then they should get vaccinated.
I agree. They should get vaccinated. But not all kids. But not all kids are vaccinated.
Have a mandate for the vaccine.
I don't want to ruin kids' childhoods and educations because other people don't want to get vaccinated.
That's the consequence of people not getting vaccinated. And also, the vaccination isn't approved for all kids. I believe it's just is it 12 and up or is it 16 and up?
I think
12.
I think it might be 12.
It's 12 and up.
I think for before middle school age kids, it's not approved yet at all. And those are usually the worst carriers.
Does that vary state to state?
I believe it's national.
Those mandates.
That's the control.
I believe
that's a national. I believe that's a national approval.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for a state to see.
Yeah,
that'd be really silly.
Weird.
But like, y'all are right. Like I talk to suicidal kids literally every day, and a lot of the people I talk to are fucked up because of COVID.
Yeah.
Because of virtual school and
and that shit needs to stop.
You just got to do it in a safe and effective manner.
Especially with Omicron. Omicron it's a cold. For 99% of people, it's a cold. If you have less than 1% chance of going to the hospital due to COVID, if you get it, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, they're both under 1%. You still have
higher complications. There still wasn't enough people getting vaccinated or even getting a booster from Omicron to get the mandates
off. Even if they're vaccinated and the booster, you're still spreading it. Even if you're vaccinated and the booster.
You still have a lower propensity of going to the hospital. The mandates are in place so that we can keep the people from going into the hospital as frequently.
Well, you gotta juice up the hospital.
What do you mean juice up?
You gotta. First off, New York should not have fired 56,000 healthcare workers. They should have gotten vaccinated.
You cannot. That is a huge risk.
You can't fire.
Yes, you can.
Nurses.
Yes, you can.
Now you have a shortage of nurses. Now you
have they should have gotten vaccinated. That's what happens. You have to. That is a public health crisis. You can.
Yeah, dude. I agree. They should have gotten
disease,
vaccinated. But if anyone's protected, it's the people who have been exposed to it every single day.
If you're working with infectious disease, you cannot be working with people who have infectious diseases.
I agree. I agree. They should have gotten vaccinated, but they also shouldn't have been fired.
Then what do you propose you do with the nurses that aren't getting vaccinated?
Dude, and if they're not symptomatic, they stay on the job, and they keep helping people.
It is too risky.
But they're dealing with, it's not a risk because they're dealing with people who already are in the hospital with COVID.
To it.
You can still get it.
Carry it.
Or carry it. You can still get it with the vaccine.
But you're not going to go to the hospital for it.
In fact, you're going to get it. Eventually, you're going to. I have never
tested positive for COVID. The vaccine does not mean that you're not going to go to the hospital. The vaccine means that it'll be manageable. That's then less of a chance of going to the hospital.
Right. It's a much less of a chance. But even if everyone is vaccinated, hospitals would still be overrun. Hospitals at normal run at 60% capacity at normal, right? So if they're having a 10 or 15% increase, it's not that much more than what they're used to.
It's a huge increase of what they're used to, especially because if you're dealing with something that's not even just a public or a national, it is a global health crisis. This is the primary thing that people are working with. You know what else goes to the wayside? All the other critical surgeries that people have to do. That they don't have access to. People are going to get heart surgery. People are going to get transplants because the beds are taken up by people who haven't been vaccinated or who are who have severe cases of COVID, whether it be Omicron or some other case.
And did you know that also happened in 2018 with the seasonal flu nationally? Hospitals are overrun with the seasonal flu in 2018. To the point where normal surgeries like a colonoscopy were getting canceled. Because there was no
nationally or in what state?
In 2018. Nationally. So this isn't a new problem. It's getting worse.
You're also red herring me, but continue.
No, you need to juice up the hospitals. You need more beds. You need to pay nurses
Sure, I agree with that. Pay nurses more, but your nurses also have to take the necessary precautions.
Right?
That's part of being a nurse. Yeah. But then again, I also know nurses that smoke cigarettes, so that's another story for another time.
I don't think they should be forced to, this as a principle. I understand why they do, and I know the Supreme Court held that up, saying healthcare workers, I think at a federal level, like the government employees need to get it.
I think on the federal level
it makes sense. Yes. And that makes sense. Like, I get it. I totally get it. I'm probably going to be mandated to get the booster for my job. That's their right to do so. I'm not going to argue that at all. But you're going to fire nurses when you need nurses. Nurses, also have been super burnt out for the past 2 years. They have to be paid more. A lot of people retired. Some people are trying to I believe it was West Virginia. A bunch of nurses tried to leave a hospital, go to another hospital. A judge blocked it and said, you cannot leave this job. And he eventually overturned that. It was like that. Because you can't just do that. It's against the free market. So nurses are getting fucked. They're fucked.
Nurses are not the only frontline employees that are getting fucked with COVID right now.
Of course, but if you want to help COVID the most, it's preventative care before.
Yeah, but you also have to prevent. You have to do preventative care if you're working in the hospital too, and if you're not getting vaccinated, that's going against preventative care.
Preventative care is having vaccinated healthcare workers.
And there's also a shortage of monoclonal antibodies, which work against COVID as well, in addition to the vaccine. So there's a healthcare system. The problem is the healthcare system. The problem isn't unvaccinated people. The problem is the healthcare system.
It's a lot of both.
The hospitals, I'm not saying the unvaccinated people aren't a problem, but the primary problem is the healthcare system. Because even if everybody was vaccinated, these problems would still be here.
I wouldn't say it would be. I do not believe it would be to this degree, because the issue is
maybe not, but lockdowns only lowered the death rate by like 0.2%. Lockdowns.
Well, because the lockdowns fluctuate. There wasn't any national mandate for a lockdown. It was by state, and same thing with hospitals. A lot of hospitals are privatized. It's not like we have a national hospital or some sort of universal Medicaid that would have worked for everybody.
Right.
You know.
Right, and that would have saved like a third of the deaths. And don't get me wrong, the deaths are also undercounted.
You think we've struck a million in the U.S.?
Easy.
So last time I checked, it was 900,000.
Like every pandemic, global pandemic that's like ever been recorded, the deaths are always undercounted. That's just a pattern you see. Because it's very hard to count all of them, and some people lie.
Yeah.
So it's, people are debating that the number's probably lower because of from or with COVID, but no. It's definitely higher.
You account for that in stats all the time anyways.
Well, yeah. There are people that died of COVID whose cause of death was reported as something else. There are people whose cause of death aren't being reported. There are people the unhoused people who died of COVID that aren't being reported.
Yeah.
People that otherwise would fall through the cracks if they die of COVID, it won't be reported. Like that. We got
to report both numbers. Like from COVID is okay. COVID killed you. With COVID, it's something else killed you who had it. Like, both numbers are important.
You need a third one for suspected COVID as well, because there's a couple people that have probably passed away that you don't really know what the root cause is, and it could be COVID.
Well, can you test someone?
Like they had COVID, but they had other shit.
Can you test someone for COVID after they die?
Posthumously?
Yeah.
Maybe it would depend on probably.
It depends how soon after, because the virus needs a living host.
Yeah, it would.
Mm-hmm. It would probably be like what the first 48 hours.
Well, I mean, in my
or even 24 hours.
In my line of profession, where I've looked at I've looked at autopsy reports and death certificates way too often than I'd like to say. There's usually a tiered system of how a person dies. So it'd be like, this person died as a cause or effect of this, which is as a cause or effect of this, which is as a cause or effect of this. So it may not be a direct death, but it could be a cause or effect of something like that. Like, for instance, like died of pneumonia due to or as a consequence of COVID. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it may not be the primary one, but it could be a cause of. But how you determine that? I don't know. I'm not an autopsy. I'm not the person who does autopsies.
It takes a lot.
Oh yeah, no. The people who do the autopsy reports, the ones I've dealt with in the county, take forever. We're talking like 8 months, and that's early.
Yeah.
To get a report.
Yeah, we're never gonna know the actual death toll, but within the next 5 years, it's just gonna, like, once COVID's over, whatever the fuck that means, even though it's never going away.
Once the pandemic subsides, that's what I mean with COVID over.
Once they stop counting, you know what I mean? Once they stop counting. Over the years, going to get like revised numbers.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the same thing with the census. It takes like 5 years for a census. Numbers that get started.
Well, that's just the government's fault. That's just the government's fault because they're too slow and inefficient doing literally anything. They can't even count correctly.
Oh my god, census stuff takes forever, dude. It's the worst. By the time people like already moved, it's absolutely horrible.
Dude, I was pretty pumped to fill the census. I'm like, yes, I exist.
I did my first census in college, and they were like, "Yo, you got to make sure that like your living arrangement is where you live. It's like is your college address." I was like, "Why?" It was like, "Well, think about it. Where do you live most out of a year?" And I was like, "Oh, you're right. I do live in Maryland now, don't I?"
That that's true, but the census is used for a multiple thing, but isn't also some of it for voting? So wouldn't you fill the census for where you registered to vote? Because if you're a student in Maryland, you still technically reside.
I still do absentee for New York. Yes.
So you do absentee for New York. So the census, I don't know how that would work with the census then.
I don't know either.
Or would it be Maryland because you technically live in Maryland and the laws that pass affect you directly, so it'd have to be for where you currently
It's probably
are.
what you just said.
Even though you don't have any say in that vote, though, because you can't vote there.
It's a weird caveat.
I mean, Ricky still would count as the 18 to 25 demographic for Maryland because that's when he was going to school there.
Yeah.
So even if he can't vote there, still
part of a demo for it.
They need to know the opinions. Yeah.
The demo god of Maryland.
Can that be a shirt?
No. If I was still going to school in Maryland in Towson, yes, I'd be like, I'm a demo god of Maryland. That would be fucking hysterical. I don't even know how I'd write that up, but that'd be fucking great. Fuck, I had something else.
What was your big?
I know. I was gonna talk about your birthday.
Oh yeah.
And be like, what are we doing for your birthday? And then we did the whole This Is Your Life thing. Well, then we're just gonna have a regular show to talk about your favorite pastime, wrestling shows in Saudi Arabia, which I also find very ironic. For you.
So I can hope I don't join the Cobain Club, the Doors Club, and they just don't die from 27.
Harry,
isn't it 27 Club or is it the 26 Club?
Do not have white lighters for the next year.
It's a 27
Club.
27.
Yeah, they all. Is it Joni Mitch?
Will, no white lighters.
Huh?
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin, that's who it is. Thank you.
Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain.
Yep. Jim Morrison.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix.
Jim Morrison too.
Yeah, they all died.
What about
And a lot of them had a white lighter on their.
What about James Dean? Didn't James Dean die at 27?
James Dean might have died at 27. He died very young.
I thought he was 25.
Wait, Cameron, they all had white lighters on their person?
A lot of them did. So I remember.
I mean, they all drugs, so it's not too hard to believe.
Yeah,
the fact that
I remember
white
being
is a little
told,
weird.
at a young age, that white lighters are bad luck.
Oh yeah, no, me too. That's
so I do not care. I don't own.
So
white
I'm
lighters
going to express mail you a 12-pack of white light as well.
Wait,
that's fucking rude.
Wait, King Murphy, what if it's a blue lighter and the wrapping comes off and it's white underneath? Does that count?
Oh, good question.
I don't.
Some people do, some people don't.
If it happened for me, if it just wore off, I wouldn't care. But if the lighter was white upon purchase, I could not do it.
Okay.
But honestly,
James Dean died at 24. Thank you, Mr. YLP.
I was close. But I lose lighters so frequently that it is seldom that I complete a lighter. I have a Darth Vader head in my bedroom full of lighters. Like a
Pez suspension full of lighters?
Literally. It's in progress, but I want a Don Draper bar, but with marijuana. Different fucking bongs and bowls and with rolling papers and edibles, all of it.
Being in a frat, we lost lighters all the time. And then senior year, I found out that my ex and her roommate stole a bunch of them. So when I was helping her move out, I stole all of them back, and I still have almost all of them. I still got half of them. I haven't bought a lighter since college. I stole those fucking lighters back.
My parents put lighters in a 6-pack of lighters in my Christmas stocking this year.
Wow,
those are great parents.
They have accepted you.
They know what you want.
Well, my parents smoke too.
Fair enough.
So they understand that especially in my parents' house, lighters are a hot commodity. But even in this house, there's lighters in every room.
I got my I went to dispensary the other day on Sunday.
Ooh, how was it?
Pretty solid. I got a vape. of wedding cake. Remember what the hell that?
I love wedding cake.
So yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
I took a nice hit of that before the show, so I was feeling pretty nice. And then for sleep, I got Xercules.
Ooh, I've never had that.
I don't like it as much. It's flour, and like it's supposed to like make me chill and sleepy. But when I was like laying in bed, it made my head start. My thoughts were racing. It was one of those.
Do you have a med card, Will?
I do. I got a med card.
Congratulations.
I know somebody can get one from legitimate, potentially, if I still have it.
You can?
Yeah, go to NUG
Or
MD.
that. Or I was going to say, I know an actual doctor is certified to give out medical marijuana cards.
That's it.
I mean, I have PTSD. 282.
282, yeah.
It's a palindrome.
It is a palindrome. That is very correct.
Yeah, I mainly got it for sleep. And it's like it's the general anxiety every now and then. And then
God doesn't hurt anybody.
And just for the Crohn's every now and then.
Yeah.
If I get a stomach ache or if I'm feeling bloated or whatever. It's a good de-inflammation, whatever that word is.
Anti-inflammatory.
Anti-inflammatory.
De-inflammation.
Save my ass all night. Anti-inflammation.
No, I use weed for anti-inflammatory stuff too. Like when I'm dying on my period, like what happened last week, I'm usually very bloated and in a lot of pain. I'm usually like extra high, like to get through it. But honestly, y'all, what am I gonna do on this cruise without weed?
Have a good time. Meditate.
I'm like freaking.
Yeah.
Dance. Hit the dance floor.
Okay, so this is what we're doing. So I'm flying to Miami Sunday the 20th, like that night. We have an Airbnb in Miami. So like we're all gonna have like a giant sleepover. And then we get on the boat Monday night. And then we sail all day Tuesday. And then Wednesday and Thursday we're in the Bahamas. So Wednesday I'm doing stuff with the groom side because that's the side I'm on the most. Like I'm primarily on the groom side, but I'm also doing like some stuff with the bride side because like I'm very close with her too. I'm just on Michael's side. So the groom side, we're doing this VIP beach thing for the sole purpose that like that was like the most all-inclusive thing.
Mm-hmm.
It like comes with food and drinks and stuff.
Oh, okay,
and
that's a good point. Why don't you bring in edibles?
That's what I'm thinking of doing, but like how am I going to get them onto like the boat and shit without getting caught? I don't know if there are dogs. Like, but I don't think you can you like bring food and shit? Like, I don't think you can bring
Why not? Is this in a movie theater?
Like,
I don't know, Ricky. That might be international water. This might make it an international.
It is international.
I honestly, K. Murphy, I wouldn't risk anything.
I think it's worth a shot.
Open sea is kind of lawless, so it's either it's a terrible idea or
it's a brilliant idea.
Fine. I just don't know.
Well, the Bahamas, I can get fucked for having weed.
Well, not if you chew it.
Like I wanted to, like what I thought about doing was like putting like edible like gummies in with like vitamins, but I'm worried if they have dogs.
I think at this point the cruise ships are happy to have people on their boats again. I think in the budget cuts when they lost all the money, they cut out the security dogs.
I did.
All right, so I just went on a search for.
It's 50% capacity.
I just went on. I just did a really quick search. So, can you bring edibles on a cruise? So there are two. One person says you can't bring pot or edibles onto a cruise ship. It says all illegal drugs, non-prescribed controlled substances, medically prescribed marijuana, or synthetic marijuana and CBD products are prohibited. This is from Virgin Voyages. You'll find something similar on every cruise line. Although another person says, well, bringing edibles on a cruise ship is not allowed, people have reported that this is one of the easiest ways to get high on a cruise. Some people mix THC gummies with regular gummy sweets in a bag so that it looks like a snack or mix THC pills with vitamin tablets.
That's what I was thinking about doing. I'm just so afraid if there are dogs, I'll get caught.
What's the name of
I'm doing
Royal Caribbean's like the greatest cruise line of all time. I did one once.
We're doing the Freedom of
the
the
Seas. Did I do Freedom? I did not do.
Ooh.
I did not do Freedom.
Sounds so exotic.
All of our cruise ships are called something of the seas.
Yeah, they're all of the seas. And then the Thursday, with the bridal party, we're going to swim with pigs. So there were options like you can do you can snorkel with dolphins and do all that shit. But we saw the pigs and we all were just like, we wanted to do that. That sounds like so much fun. Like you swim with the pigs.
So according to Royal Caribbean's direct website, CBD oil and CBD products are prohibited.
God damn it.
That's just a fair warning. Doesn't mean you can't sneak it on there somehow, but I'm just saying.
If I can have something I can smoke, oh my god, Henry Page is bleeding a lot. Anyway, distracted.
He's pulling a Cody.
Yeah. Like even if I necessarily can't have THC, like I need something to smoke.
What?
Like,
all right, so let's say
for the actual habit of smoking, like.
Oh, okay. So there is a. Yeah, this will be a last resort for you.
I'm listening. I'm just putting Franklin to bed. Good night, Franklin.
Because I was learning this when I was in intern therapy, that sometimes it's not. There's a theory out there, and it's a kind of like a meditation, that sometimes it's not the smoking itself that relaxes you, because scientifically speaking, it cannot relax you. Smoking's a stimulant, but it's the.
I like the act of smoking a lot.
But there is a theory that it is the ritual and the ritualistic movements of smoking that actually are the things that calm you down. So,
I would agree with that.
So
I've been a smoker since I'm of some sort since I'm 17 years old.
Yeah. So in therapy, there's something that's called like smoking meditation, where you would actually practice the whole process of smoking, except without smoking, and that in theory should help to relax you.
I'm not fucking doing a smoking meditation.
I said this is a last resort. I'm just saying, don't knock until you try it.
Can I bring?
It could. Like I said, it's theoretical. It could work. It could be beneficial for you, especially if you don't have anything else to do.
But okay, so CBD is prohibited, THC is prohibited, and I know like there are smoking sections on the boat. Like, do you think if I brought like the cigarettes that don't have nicotine in them, or like some sort of do
those exist? I guess.
Yeah, like
cigars?
Herbal cigarettes. Like herbal cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I could smoke.
Oh, those do exist. I forgot about herbal cigarettes. I bought a pack once, smoked one, and threw them out. It's disgusting. It was so gross.
AJ had like a herbal cigarette phase, which that's the only reason I know they exist.
You can smoke cigarettes, apparently. It's really funny. It says matches and normal lighters are allowed on board.
Dude, I don't want fire near on a boat. Like, that's just I don't care.
I mean, if all else fails, you can throw it out. You can throw it overboard.
Dude, a match isn't gonna light up a whole cruise ship. I think it's gonna sound like Rhode Island. Still.
You can't have torch lighters on, or novelty lighters that look like guns are not allowed on board.
The only novelty lighter I have it looks like a lipstick. Hold on, let me get it. It's a Drag Race.
No, it says novelty lighters that look like guns. So you have one that looks like lipstick. I think you're fine.
Okay, look, so.
They were very specific.
Look,
yeah.
Just through Paul. Oh my god, I'm going to set my nail on fire. Oh,
yeah,
no.
You are.
See? Dude, Jazz doesn't even know how to light a lighter.
Really?
Yeah, she's never lit a lighter before. Huh. I'm just like, what? How is that? How?
Yeah.
I remember when I first started smoking cigarettes,
That's really cool.
It was hard for me to light lighters at first.
Interesting. So
yeah, it's always hard. It's always a little difficult at first. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the thumb thing is really upsetting.
I was on the struggle bus for a while with the whole thumb thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, girl, you're turning 26 next month and you've never lit a lighter. Like,
that makes no sense at all. Like, not even
like
a candle. Speaking of fun candle lighters, maybe it's one of these. Like this is like a USB chargeable one.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn it on and it goes like.
It's ridiculous. So here's something interesting, even though this doesn't pertain to UK. So it says prohibited items for a that you cannot bring onto a cruise ship include alcoholic beverages. But here's the caveat. It says on boarding day, each stateroom may bring up to 2 750 milliliter bottles of wine or champagne. Guests who
I knew that.
Guests who purchase alcohol bottles on board in a port of call or bring more than 2 permitted bottles on boarding day will have their items safely stored by the ship. These bottles will be returned on the last day on board for enjoyment once home. Alcoholic beverages seized on embarkation day will not be returned.
Yeah, so like what they're doing with you have to get like an alcohol package.
Yeah.
So it's like
So they're forcing you to buy alcohol from them and not anybody else.
Right. That makes sense.
So pretty much how it works, because we'll be on the boat for like 4 days. So it's a set amount per day. So like it rounds up to being about like $270, but it's like all you can drink.
$270 for the whole cruise?
For the whole week.
That's amazing.
That is quite the deal.
Yeah.
I can drink $270 worth of alcohol in a week.
Well, wait, is that for the entire? Is that for like 200?
The whole cruise. I think there's only one place I think in the Bahamas where you have to pay for your drinks.
No, but I'm saying that's $270 for your room and the alcohol package, or is that $270 just for the alcohol package?
For the alcohol package, I don't know if hold on, let me see what it comes with.
Yeah, like what is?
Because
what
I'm doing. Hold on.
Because if it's $270 for the whole trip, I'm in.
I'm doing a different package. It's like it's the beverage package. So
unlimited soda.
It's soda, mocktails, water, coffee, like fancy coffee, and like
water should be unlimited anyways.
Anything without alcohol.
Yeah. And don't knock a good mocktail.
Mocktails are so good.
Hey, Shirley Temples are a big hit.
I love me a Shirley Temple.
Deluxe beverage package. You get a discount of 40% off bottles of wine under $100 and 20% off bottles above $100 in dining rooms. You get what do they have? Spiked seltzer, vodka, rum, gin, tequila, scotch, whiskey, cognac, beers, wine by the glass, non-alcoholic beverages. And that's like unlimited, so you can like drink as much as you want.
So you're on Freedom of the Seas, you said?
Yes.
Whoa. Actually, I'm looking at these rates right now, so what the ship that Kay's on right now, for a 4-night Bahama cruise, they start at $200 a person, departing from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why do you think we're doing cruise? Like, the thing is, like, it's because it's all inclusive. So, like, we're spending like a lot of money, but
cruises are all inclusive. They are absolutely amazing.
Because the main thing with this cruise is there's a bunch of overlap between the bridal party and the groom side. So it's going to be very much a separate put together thing. Like, we're all on the same boat, but like I'm on the groom's floor, so like we're 2 floors below the girls.
Nice.
Like, and we're doing we have the last night we're doing bride versus groom laser tag. We're all going out to dinner. But there's a whole bunch of different things to do on the ship. Like, I know I'm doing club night with the bride, going to a club with the bride.
I'm looking at your ship right now. There's mini golf. There's a mini golf course on here.
Yeah.
Obviously, of course.
Let me see. What I'm looking at, there's a spa, fitness center, shopping.
I'm probably going to get a massage on the
guest
boat.
entertainers, live orchestra.
Hmm.
They do Once Upon a Time the play. And they also do
like fairy tales?
Yeah, it says Once Upon a Time to get to happily ever after. One start at the beginning with Once Upon a Time. I guess it's a play. Oh, it's a play based on childhood stories. Marquee is on there as well, which is an original production. You can take dance classes. Mm-hmm. There's a fitness center. There's a Latin club.
We might do a sushi making class.
Apparently you can go scrapbooking. Oh.
Yep.
That's where all the old people go on cruises.
And cake.
My grandparents used to love going on cruises.
Table tennis, whirlpools, guest lecturers for no reason. There's game shows, club. There's a library and a card room. There's like water slides. There's pool. I know pool parties. We did like a midnight pig roast on the cruise I went. It was fantastic. Outdoor movie nights also sounds like a jam. There's a court. There's an arcade. Fuck. Oh, yeah, fuck. I'm doing arcade.
Yeah, we're doing an arcade night with the room.
Listen, arcade night is every night.
Dude, that arcade better not require quarters. That'd be some bullshit.
Could you imagine? Oh man, let me see what else. Theme nights. That's true. You make sure you know what the theme nights are because you might have to dress up for like dinner.
Yeah, we're bringing. Well, I'm overpacking on purpose. Because I don't know what I'm gonna want to wear. So
there's also a
casino.
Sorry.
Well, I know I'm mandating Hawaiian shirt day for the groom side, so I got a Hawaiian shirt. I'm bringing like 3 bathing suits, 3 pairs of shorts, 2 dresses, a romper, 2 pairs of jeans, like 6 crop tops.
Yo, Will, would you rock climb on a cruise ship?
We might go rock climbing.
No.
That might be one of the activities Mike mentioned, might possibly wanting to do rock climbing.
There's wine tasting on this ship, art auctions, ice. There is an ice skating rink. I didn't know about that.
There's an ice skating rink? I didn't even see that.
If you just want to try wines, go to the bar. Like, what do you mean? You need an event for that?
Yeah, like the boys are gonna bring at least 2 nice outfits. I'm bringing a lot.
Oh, I totally forgot. That's right. Royal Caribbean does have Johnny Rockets on all their ships.
I know. I can't fucking wait. I love Johnny.
Well, imagine an all-inclusive,
I also love Johnny
all-inclusive Johnny Rockets. Just order something and give it to you. You don't have to pay a dime.
That would be pretty wild.
You know how excited I am for all-inclusive Johnny Rockets?
And they dance too at the actual times.
Really?
Ooh, there's hibachi and a sushi lounge. Sold.
Yeah, we're for the last night, depending on what we can, because there's 14 of us as a whole, like both the bride and groom side combined. There's 14 of us.
Yeah.
So whatever we can get a reservation for. So we're either doing like hibachi or like one of the steak places.
Yeah, I'm like there's a Sorrento's, which is just I think it's just like a pizza place. They also have a solarium too, which seems pretty cool. There's a lot of shit. It makes you want to go back on a cruise. Like I had a great time on a cruise the one time.
Did you?
Oh my lord, it was fantastic. So many stories.
So I've never had an interest in going on a cruise. Like
you will
if I
now.
Wasn't going. You think?
Oh yeah.
Like. Now that, like, I booked the pigs today and I booked the VIP beach today, so, like, now I'm so excited to swim with pigs.
Hey, you ever picked up a pig?
What?
You ever picked up a pig?
I have not.
They squeal.
I've pet them. They're really cute. I milked a cow in kindergarten.
Next thing I know, I feel like, well, Kay's gonna come back from this cruise adventure and they're gonna be like, guys, meet Piggy Willie. You're gonna buy a pig.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I mean, I do like exotic pets.
That's true, you do. You do. I cannot wait to rent this Tesla that I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I'm so excited. I need to do it really quickly because, like, I could probably rent the Tesla for a week for under like $500.
For the whole time?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I was really concerned because it was like, because some people are like, because they're going through Turo, and some people are like, oh, you know, you'll be charged for all the tolls you account when driving through. And I'm like, fuck, tolls. So I'm thinking of like New York tolls.
Sure.
But like, I looked through the tolls around Dallas and they're like, literally like 75 cents.
Oh.
I hate tolls. New York tolls are such a scam.
They are. It's so bad. And I was like, oh, when you put it that way, that's pretty dope. Because like I've looked at I've been shopping Teslas almost exclusively for stuff, and people are like, It's so wild because like there's one. It's like somebody has like a custom long range one with like full self driving. Like I want to get one of them that does full self driving, so I don't actually have to drive the car at any point during my time there.
You can be drunk all you want.
Exactly right. But it's pretty cool. So like the way it is, like people like they'll drop off the car like the airport parking lot, and then when you're like, oh hi, I'm here, they can remotely unlock the car for you.
Wow.
Yeah, Teslas are cool.
Yeah,
they're a future machine.
Yeah, it's oh my god, I have to get used to it because like you said, it does auto brake when you go off the accelerator.
Yeah, is that so weird?
Yeah, yeah.
When are you leaving for Texas?
March 30th. So I have no idea how we're gonna do a go home show. We might have to do it like a Saturday before, because that's I'll be leaving Wednesday, coming back on a Wednesday night.
Okay, so
Take like a WrestleMania break.
If on that Saturday,
might do 2 Saturday shows.
That's fine. We would have to do it not like at this time of night because I work on the weekend.
Oh no, we'll do it like midday or some BS. It'll be
that would be
always do it a week early.
Depends on yeah. No, we can do it the Saturday before Mania.
That'd actually be fun to do Saturday shows. I don't think we've never done a weekend.
We've done a show like every day except Saturday.
Saturday's for the boys, man. Come on, we all know this.
Saturdays are for the boys.
Oh my god, we can do something big. Oh, we also need to figure out how we're gonna do on Smack and Raw. Will, I know you're out for all of.
Yeah, I'm going home this weekend.
Yeah.
And then next weekend I'm in Miami. And the following weekend I'm back.
Yeah, I know. I'll be readily available next weekend to do so because obviously Valentine's Day weekend.
So I have Valentine's Day plans on Saturday. So I am not available Saturday.
Sunday Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm also not available.
No, we're not. Yeah, I'm watching the Super Bowl.
I'm at the Celtics, then on the road.
And then the weekend after that, I'm gonna be on the cruise.
So I will just offer myself so that he doesn't.
I want to do it.
So that he doesn't keep waiting.
Unless we schedule for like March.
I'll let him know what our situation is. As he's been asking me, because I know we all want to make our Pornhub debuts.
I know I do.
I gotta ask him how they do that.
Oh, it's under a different name.
How they upload the podcast?
What do you mean?
Oh, they just upload the video?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What's the name then? What name did they upload it under?
Hold on, I'll show you right now. You're about to look them up, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a little curious.
It's under Creation World.
I can't spell.
CREATIAWORLD. Creation World.
Creation World. There they are on Twitter.
They're also on Pornhub. They're
creationworld.com. All that nerd-ish.
Yeah, that's them. They have 18.8 thousand views on Pornhub. They are model rank number 117,086.
Gotta Google.
Yeah, they are legit on Pornhub.
Yeah, they are. Honestly, dude, that's not a bad idea.
They have a niche. I'm like, can't be mad at it.
I think it's great.
They don't get many views, but they're there.
Yeah.
They get about as much views as we do on YouTube.
Probably.
If not, actually, they get more than we get on YouTube.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, and there's the porn ad.
So I'll talk to them. Maybe I'll be able to slip in on them next week. As I'll be a little bit more available than this weekend.
20,000 views? That's fucking incredible. Who watches? Who goes to Pornhub and watches talk about wrestling?
Rule 34, William.
If it exists, there's a porn for it. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very correct.
We should do that.
Go on Pornhub and challenge them.
Porn?
Just put out podcasts on Pornhub.
Just challenge them. That'll be. We'll...
It's just we branded on the Pornhub the Kings of the Penis Rings.
Dicks of the Rings.
Dicks of the Rings.
Dicks of the Rings. Kings of the Dicks Rings.
King of the Dick Rings.
King of the Cock Rings.
Gotcha.
There we go.
K Murphy saving me again.
And we can call ourselves.
K Murphy saved 4 of my jokes tonight.
We can call it what? Cockers.
The Cocker Awards.
I got new clippers.
Nice.
I've never buzzed my own hair before, so I'm like nervous.
I'll be careful with it. I only do my edges really. If like I'm in a...
KOTR.
Well, I need my hair to be fresh for tomorrow, but like.
Why? What's going?
I don't know.
What's going on tomorrow? Okay.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
What? I have like a date tomorrow, and then I have a date. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
A little bit. Tomorrow, I don't know if we're doing it at my place or their place yet, but we're gonna watch the Boba Fett finale together.
Tomorrow, we're gonna do it. All right. Yeah.
So tomorrow's Boba Fett, and then Saturday.
Go ahead. Okay, sorry.
And then Saturday, I asked them to. There's this queer Valentine's Day dance in Astoria.
Nice.
And so we're gonna go to that together.
All right. So none of us have seen the Boba Fett finale just yet.
Correct.
Great.
Yeah, which is thank the Lord. I'm
like not going on.
I believe he chooses Mando.
I think you should.
Because
Dude, there's so much money in that franchise.
Yeah, it's either stay with Luke and get killed off, essentially, in the First Order.
There's a theory he chooses both.
And he wills the Darksaber at the end.
I don't think he.
Dude, it is pretty.
The Darksaber at the end.
It is pretty fucked up that Luke just learned nothing from the Jedi. His faults. It's just classic Star Wars, just making up stupid rules again. It's like Luke was didn't learn shit from Yoda. What caused him to fall the first time. Just did it all over again.
It's a really bad my hatred for Luke Skywalker now, because when he showed up on screen, I immediately wanted to boo at my TV.
Yeah, you were so mad when that
it was a shit finish.
Season 2. I thought it was
a shit finish.
The CGI looks so much
better. Oh, you know
now.
why? Because
I literally was sobbing during last week's fucking Boba Fett.
Do you know why the CGI is better? So when the original end of season 2 came out, some guy on the internet was like, "I can do this better," and they're like, and he showed it online, and they were like, they hired him. Yeah,
that's amazing, dude. That's how you get a job these days. That's amazing. Good for that guy. Probably
did. But no, I loved everything that they did in that last episode. I also love how Ahsoka randomly showed up out of nowhere. That was the best part.
Dude, I love how Boba Fett just wasn't fucking.
He was in it for one. He got one shot. He got one shot.
The best part that Boba just didn't do
say
shit.
A word. He didn't say.
Didn't have to. Just keep Boba Fett. Keep your fucking helmet on.
I don't want to see
look
who fucking showed up. Better late than never. Fucking right. Slack.
Right?
Yeah, the show's over, Dick. What are you doing? Go home, Slack.
Oh, I have another pair of shears. Very nice.
Oh my god. I do love that Ahsoka was the only person to get away with the line "Oh, you're just like your father, Luke."
Yeah, ice cold.
It's so good.
Also, Will, how excited were you for Cad fucking Bane to show up?
That was pretty great. I was so happy he shot Timothy Oliphant.
What? I didn't want him to get... you mean, wait, the deputy?
I can't believe he died.
No, I like the character. The actor's just a shitty
Wait, the guy who played the deputy but deserved to die?
No, not a deputy.
Oh, no. I'd like to show... The deputy deserved to get his ass shot.
Yeah, I think the deputy sheriff's still alive,
too. Wait, I was just home from... Whoa. Hold on, Slack. Now we have to show actual concern. You were in the hospital? What happened?
Wait a minute.
Talk to us, Slack.
COVID.
That's rude. I mean, I like making fun of Slack just as much as the next guy, but I don't want him to get COVID.
He's back from the hospital, so he should be fine.
Did you get stuck in like an Ottawa fight or something?
He's gonna get it. Yeah. He's fought the trucker.
The trucker that Mr. Fretz stole 2K22 off of.
Slack has officially cursed you out for the first time ever, Will. Congratulations. He goes,
what do you say? I'm not watching the show.
He goes, it's not COVID. Fuck you, Will.
Nah, it's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day.
and Slack does not live near Ottawa. Sorry, not Ontario. He lives in Ontario.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
So wait, Slack, why the hell were you in the hospital for years? Oh, you have anxiety, Slack?
Does that surprise anybody? Doesn't everyone have anxiety? Who the fuck doesn't have anxiety
not when his heart rate was shooting through the roof and he was shaking. That's bad.
That's anxiety or caffeine
Were you
poisoning?
having a caffeine poison? Were you having a panic attack? You could have had a lot of shit. Did they get your heart rate down to a normal level? I'm assuming yes, because you're back here with us.
He smoked sativa and put him right back down.
I'm surprised we, of all the shit we've said about Slack, we have not elevated his heart rate that badly that he went to the hospital.
Yeah, thank God. I feel really bad. I'd probably just stop doing it altogether. It's a teaching moment.
Oh my God! Yeah, whatever it was, Slack. Don't do.
Well, Richie, tomorrow's another day.
Yeah, dude. Well, we're glad you're okay. My left side went numb as well. What the fuck, Slack? Holy shit.
Do you have a heart attack?
No, left side numb is
more than anxiety, bro.
Stroke, maybe. No. His entire left side. That's stroke-like behavior.
Yeah.
Slack, please don't be having strokes on us. That's really scary. It means you can't drive.
You might do. Oh, goodness. Everything came back normal. Oh, it's something. Ironically, sometimes the body does it. Like sometimes my Xbox fucks up, and then you turn it on and turn it back off, and you're like, "Oh, I'm good again."
Yeah, sleep on it. The factory reset. It's a great fun.
I really wish I could factory reset my body sometimes.
I don't know. I just saw an article from Variety. Their family released the cause of death from Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently he hit the back of his head on something.
Oh, blunt force trauma.
Didn't think of it. Yeah, he had head trauma and he died in his sleep.
Oh.
So he must have hit. The doctors assume he must have hit his head on something. Didn't think anything of it and just didn't wake up.
Damn.
Yeah.
Upsetting.
Damn. He probably lives by himself. I'm assuming because
he was by himself. It's something like that. I was like, damn, I almost wish he was an overdose because that's like even worse. The fact that happens.
Yeah, and he just went to sleep and never woke back up. Damn. Ugh.
That's happens in your 60s, man. You hit your head and you just don't wake up.
Oh my God, that's just
getting old.
Sucks. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it does. But yeah, Slack, get better or whatever you do, or do something, meditate or something. I don't fucking know, Slack. Just drink more water.
Definitely
drink more water, Slack.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Blowjobs.
Slack, there is no Slack skipping without Slack. And we have plans already. We just know, and we know what they are, so just don't look back at the rest of this recording when we're done. But we have...
It's probably about 2 hours. Or an hour and 45.
Yeah, so yeah, please don't die, Slack. We were just about to make a shirt for you, too. A shirt, maybe even Happy on the Network as a show.
You know what? Speaking of Slack, you know what I found the other day that I totally forgot about? Do you remember Slacko de Mayo?
Yeah.
Who could
oh, so good.
I found the cover art I made for Slacko de Mayo. I was
that
crying.
was I can still picture in my head. It was so good.
That's one of my favorite things I ever made for War.
Oh my God. You know what, Slack? I'm going to make you feel better. I'm going to get you a cameo of Charlotte Flair.
I think that's such a nice thing for you to do for him post-recovery,
because
Ricky.
I'm a fan of Slack. Everybody knows that. Wait, who does Slack send? Oh, it's Liv Morgan.
Oh, yeah, he loves Livy.
He does love him some Livy. I got to explain the Liv Morgan hype, because Slack might be the only pro Liv Morgan fan that I know for sure.
I like her. I don't love her or anything.
Yeah, she's there.
I don't see the hype.
Maybe Slack will be able to explain to us at one point.
Yeah, that would be
helpful. As I look at my wrist that has no watch on it, I think we should get out of here. So we can give Slack some rest at least.
Yeah.
Feel better
Slack. I don't know why the hell you decided to come to our show right after the hospital, but I'm glad you're thinking about us.
The first thing I did when I was out of the hospital and I almost died in like 2008 was watching Celtics win a championship. So that was pretty great. I got out when I clinched against the Lakers.
I think one of the last times I was in the ER, I went to Wendy's right after.
Yeah, I think the last time I was out of the hospital, the next day I watched the Jordan documentary.
That is the most on-brand fucking
because
thing I've ever heard.
If they didn't release me from the hospital, I would have thrown a hissy fit. I had waited 2 years for that documentary to be created. And I was being damned. COVID or not, I was watching every episode as soon as it debuted. Okay? Fuck that. Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, Slack, seriously, get better. My lord, don't scare us like this again. Because we need to have a Slack show this year because it's the new year and we need one.
We do one every year.
And while you're at it, hit the gym.
Yeah, or drink water. Just drink water, be active, do something. Movement. All that hot stuff. So yeah, let's get out of here. I already said fucking Slack, so feel better, Slack. And thank you guys for listening to all of our banter. We will see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
On Will's birthday. Whoop, whoop.
Midnight music. Midnight music.